Medical units stand by. 30 seconds to contact. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
We got him. Let's go.
Good evening to all you art aficionados and comic book connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Proof of Comics. I'm your host, Frederic Guimont. Tonight I'm joined, as always, with my co-host, Wrangler.
Double your Wrangler, double your fun.
There you go. We got two of them tonight. So if one falls down,
Don't worry.
Sleep, another wakes
My
up.
variants will be consolidated and reintegrated shortly.
We've cloned our talent here. And we're joined 3 weeks in a row with our new, it seems, co-host, Chris Fisk. Welcome, Chris. We're happy to see you again.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the invite, man. Party on, Fred.
Party on, Garth. Yeah, it's always a fun time, dude. The name of your project is so fitting with you, because Infinitale Chronicles, right? Because you have infinite tales to tell. I swear.
Oh, yeah.
You're usually a 2-hour show, but whenever you're on, it seems like it's like 5 hours, 4 hours.
I got a big mouth.
We don't run out of stuff to talk about, and that's because we're having a good time.
Hell yeah.
Previously on Proof of Comics, we had Carbon Heart last week come in from the Commandos.
Hell
we
yeah.
had, Patrick the week before that, so they may be doing a comeback tonight. I've sent them the link. We'll see if they're available. But let's have a look at the chat for now, because we've got our good friend Wrangler is here. Nice to see you, Wrangler. If you want to come on the show, just
I
let me
am
know. I'll send you the link.
everywhere.
Oh my God, he is. We got Ryan from Zever Comics. Nice to see you, Ryan. How you doing, man? Your project closed this week. How did that go, man? I'm curious to see how it all went. This was his first campaign, doing a project, doing his first comic. It's always exciting.
Nice.
I mean, I was super overwhelmed during my campaign, so I'm curious to see what it was like for him. We got Scribe Rosario, fellow comic skater as well. Rosario, let me know if you want to hop on, man. I'll send you the link as well.
Sweet.
It'd be nice to have you on here too. He says it's actually still open somehow. It's like Infinitales. It
just keeps going.
Goes on forever, never. Yeah, I think you have to close it yourself for it to close, or you have to set an end date or something. It depends. Different people do different things. I'm trying to figure this stuff out because, as you may or may not know, let's not kid ourselves. Everybody knows. I've been doing this Comic Skater site where I'm trying to document all the campaigns, all the books and stuff. And I've been bringing in some of the King's books this week because we've got a couple of campaigns from the big guys are popping up as second chance comics, second chance books. And I'm trying to figure out how to classify everything because you think everyone's doing it the same way, but everyone's kind of got a variation on this and that, right? So you get launch pages, you got campaigns that haven't launched yet. You got normal, what I call a normal campaign, which is what I did, like a launch date and an end date. And then you got storefronts, right? Well, people are like, well, my book's launched now and I want to keep selling it.
Yeah.
And you, Chris, you're doing Amazon as well, which is a little bit different because I was wondering right before the show, how do we add that to the site? Because I don't think it fits in the storefront because the storefronts are kind of like a leaderboard of the earnings, right? And I can't tabulate what you're earning on Amazon.
Oh, yeah. I wish there was the option to do that. At least, because like as a creator, when I log into Amazon, I get the, hey, 3 people bought your book today, or, here's your we're going to send you a check this next week or whatever, for tax purposes and all that stuff. But it'd be nice to have some of that, like, from at the discretion of the author to put on the, the Amazon storefront and be like, currently sold 10,000 books or whatever. Not that I have. But.
For tax purposes, dude, you need to read the rules of acquisition.
You let your women wear clothes?
Oh boy, here we go. This hasn't even been 7 minutes and we're already
yes.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I can add a button to the storefront, but it won't tabulate it. So add an Amazon special yellowish orange, like AMZ, I think would be a good one.
Yeah, it would just be outside of any kind of like I don't know, contest or like pecking order or whatever, because you can't, like, to me, like, if you can't accurately get the the objective numbers, it kind of makes it an outsider in that regards, because I could be like, 40 books. Like, yeah, sure you have, kid.
Well, we do that for so 9 Live Comics, Shane Davis's outfit with his wife Yanzi Lin. They built their own website. They do a crowdfunder, and they display the amount raised and everything.
Oh,
but it's on their site, so they own the code and everything. So you have haters, quote unquote, that will say, "You didn't earn this. You didn't get $260,000. What are you talking about?"
I don't know why they lie. I mean, they're kind of a big deal in the indie sphere. So
yeah, that's the thing is, like, if they lie, the IRS is going to come back and say, "You guys said you earned this much. You only reported $5." No.
Yeah, that's a Church of Latter-day Saints commercial.
So I could probably have an option where I could add Amazon and let you self-report if you want to do that. And you can add your tabulation to the leaderboard, and we can, trust you.
Well, sadly, my first book did really well. Sold over 300 books.
Oh,
it actually did better than the it did better than the campaign. Second book, I think I could count all the books that I sold for the second book on one hand and still have some fingers left over.
But you raised more money though, because you sold bigger boxes, right?
Oh! In the campaigns, yes. But as far as like Amazon goes, book 2 just I mean,
that's the beautiful thing, though. It's on the leaderboard. We're not just ranking them individually. They're all kind of, well, let me stop talking in the void and show you. Let me do a demonstration and toot my own horn here. Frequency says, "I am everywhere." Stop it. Stop it, Wrangler.
Feel my ubiquity.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
I'm giving you engagement.
It should have been, a bunch of them came in. Oh, no, that was... Hold on. Oh, because this is StreamYard, like putting everything out of order.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. So I didn't see this one. It's okay. No, I did see that one, but I would, brother, but I'm not home at the moment. Oh, he's
Ah.
probably on a mission or something.
Mm.
Hey, Ziva. I set an end date, which was yesterday at 10 p.m., but I woke up this morning and my second chance is still active.
Oh no!
It's alive. It's alive. Oh, you're in Indiegogo. It's different. I've never done Indiegogo. I've
Oh,
done a
yeah,
lot of
it's like
things
a-
in my youth, but Indiegogo stuff. Be right back. Go to watch Black Clover with my son. All right, man, Ryan. Have a good one. Take it easy.
Yeah,
Cool.
maybe I should start looking into Fund My Comic. I've heard like some people with prose novels have a storefront down there too.
Yeah, it's not
Oh, yeah.
exclusive to comics. Yeah. As long as you have someone making comics in your vicinity, I think you qualify.
Yeah, you can
By
sell video
proximity.
games on there.
I would love to. I need to be able to make it
your
first.
books
That's
are-
how this whole thing started.
Yeah. I think people would love your books on there. You should definitely look into it. All right, let me do a share here. Share screen. Comics Gator. I have some new features to show you guys as well, but let's look at the leaderboard because we were talking about that. So this is how it works. Like, especially we see Silence Do Good is like the case to show because
Oh yeah.
Sean Salty, he was kind of disappointed with his first campaign.
Mhm.
And when I added his book at the first time, at the beginning, when I was building the site, I just built the capacity to have one campaign, right? Didn't have any more foresight at the start of it.
Mhm.
And he was like, people were like, wait, why is my campaign so low? Like I should be much higher up on the leaderboard. Like I've raised this much. And I was like, wait, which campaign? And it's like this. And I go, well, I can't do all those. I had to program that in. And then now I've got them all like in chronological order. So either
Oh,
an
cool.
Indiegogo, Fund My Comic, and 2 Indiegogos, and then another Fund My Comic. So
Oh, cool.
And I think the book grew like some of them are like nothing fits perfectly into a bin. Like nothing is perfectly comparable. Like these are all very loose. Like a lot of some campaigns have 2 books. Like if I go at the top of our active campaigns,
Mhm.
Phenomenon Alpha number 2, it's listed as 4,196. This is Patrick's book, but it's on his River of Blood campaign.
Oh.
The main book is River of Blood, but he's also selling Phenomenon Alpha, which I think is a combo book of his previous stories.
Oh, nice.
Phenomenon. So
So your website consolidated them under one heading.
Well, Patrick entered them with the campaign, so it's like now it's like okay, so both books are listed, so he's like making twice the money in the way we're telling it. So there's still like stuff we got to work out, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
like well, put a little triangle at the side when people click on it, expands it into the separate books or something.
Mhm.
I don't
Well,
know
it's-
if that's
it's
even
hard.
doable.
Yeah, I mean, because it's hard. Basically, it's the onus is on Patrick to number crunch, to pull out what the value of Phenomenon Alpha was as a supplementary book in his River of Blood campaign.
Yeah, but if
And
we
then-
do that, then you can start making the argument that some people are selling like toys,
Mhm.
other stuff, promotional like lunch
Yeah, that's true.
boxes. Now, do we have to take those out? Then it
Yeah.
becomes a chore to do the number crunching, especially since I'm mostly the one kind of like tracking down the campaigns. So I don't if I have to number crunch what each tier did, and then the tiers that are combined, I'm gonna get back
Yeah.
to making comics and stuff.
Well,
because that's-
thankfully, it says active. No, it doesn't say active titles. It says active campaigns,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
are within the same campaign.
yeah, but I like what you said, Wrangler. Like having both books combined in the campaign. That's smart. That's smart because we don't have to delineate which one is earning more than which one. We can just
Yeah.
specify both of these are on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. So what I'm thinking, Chris, here is to have Amazon be another thing that we can add here, right?
Cool.
So
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, it's. Oh, sorry.
oh yeah, just like I was going to repeat what I said earlier, like an orange button. You could go in, you can either leave it 0 if you wanted 0. It'll still link back to your store, which is
Mhm.
the real advantage here of these campaigns is it links people back to see the product. You
Yeah.
can link back to Amazon, and if you want to declare how much you sold on there, you can add it manually, basically.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I like traffic direction. I mean, that's always a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I do that with my website. Like, I set up what the hell was it? There was a WooCommerce thing I could do on my site, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to manage inventory, so I just basically use my site as a proxy that goes right into my Amazon shop.
Yeah. So, is your Amazon comics, are those print on demand?
Yes. It's a completely hands-off experience. I have I don't have to provide Amazon with any inventory or product. I literally just say, here's my book, here's the PDF. Now go print it, print it whenever anybody buys it. And then once a month or whatever, I'll get a check that's like, hey, 3 people bought your book. Or, I'm like, oh,
And
thanks.
what's the book? What's the print like? Have you ordered some for yourself to
Oh, yeah.
do a quality test and stuff? And
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
so yeah,
I
curious about
like, yeah. So the quality, it's nowhere in my opinion. If you want the top notch quality, you get the white glove treatment out of the crowdfunding version.
100%. I'm not doubting that at all. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have a lot more control over the quality. When we're doing the crowdfunding stuff. Plus, you get the cool packaging and all the other knickknacks and stuff. But
Yeah,
when you're on
part of
Amazon,
you're part of the the hype and the event of the launch.
Yeah.
All that. That's part of the fun.
yeah. Well, I mean, dude, the first 10 backers of book 2 got Infinite Tail Chronicles amiibo. Those little Nintendo.
Did you say amiibo?
Yes. I printed out a bunch of prototype resin 3D figurines. They're like 4 inches or whatever. And in the base, there was an NFC chip. And if you swiped it against the back of your phone or tablet or whatever, it would launch a YouTube video that was unlisted.
Hold on. Did you say in the base?
Yes.
Base as in based?
Encontrar a esa voz de ángel que quiero amar. ¿Dónde andará? Voy de este lado. Mi deseo encontrar.
Is that the Bad Bunny halftime show?
Yeah, well, this is our intro for Carbon now. He said he liked it, so.
Yes, sir. My new official intro.
Yeah.
Nice. Luckily, I don't have
You
to
may
worry
want to turn
about
the
it.
volume down on that music a bit. It's drowning
Yeah.
them out.
What's going on with that music?
Too loud. It's too loud. I'm just trying to put a little, musical bed behind us, but this was like drowning everybody. You guys are not interesting. I'm gonna put some music over you guys.
I know. I was like, is this
Is that some bad money?
You should put
No,
a
this is,
mariachi in the background.
This is from Expedition 33. So we've been playing video game music in the background because it doesn't get dinged.
Oh, okay.
So most people are streaming like music from video games, and so the game streamers don't get stricken down. So it's kind of been like the strategies to use that instead of popular music. Other people use AI music as well, like to choose your variation on it. But how you
It's
doing,
interesting.
Corbin?
It sounds like it's Latin music.
It's could be. I mean, it's from a French video game, Expedition 33, Game of the Year award. I think they won for best soundtrack as well.
Oh yeah.
So you're not wrong. French is a Latin language. Hey,
That
we
is
got
true.
Subjugate Comics in the chat as well as Bootlegger.
Yeah. I was going to get to our chat here. Subjugate, nice to see you, man.
What
How you
up?
doing? What up? And hail all. Nice to see you, man. The open commission page was a great idea. Oh, on the website, yeah. I'm just looking at the new stuff on Comicsgator here. So the talent pool, as we call it. Do we have any new ones here? We got Sean as for the writing. We got 4 people for the cover art. Yeah, no newcomers so far, but it's good. Good foundation there for people who want to add themselves. You have to add a book first, though. You can't just come in out of the blue. You sort of have to. I'm thinking I'm going to change that a little bit. I'm going to offer an option for portfolio. Some people are not published in Comicsgate, but have like real talent. So I'm going to have like either one or the other. Either you can kind of get credited through a book that you've published, or just put your portfolio on the page and kind of justify or show samples of your talent through the portfolio page.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea. Bootleggers here. Yo, Comicsgate, how you doing, man? Welcome to
What
the
up?
show. Subjugate, what's up, Bootlegger? Scribe. It was a great day. Well, I'm glad one of us had a great day. Some of us were talking, and it felt like the whole day went into debugging stuff. So I'm glad you had a good one.
Aw.
Vicente Fernandez. I don't know.
Well, you had a stressful day, Frederick.
No, I just had a day that kind of went in the tank. Like I was like, okay, today I want to do some planning. I got to get my day ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm taking the car for inspection, and so I'm going to do some planning and stuff. But first, let me start off by doing a little bug fixing on my website, and then it went downhill from there. It's like, you try to fix one thing, and then two things break, and then three things break, and then you're like, okay, I got to fix this before I move on to the other thing. And the whole day kind of went the way of debugging, unfortunately.
Nothing going according to plan, basically.
It doesn't always go that way. Yeah. How about yourself, Carbon? Did you have a better day?
It was a typical day, which for me is not bad, luckily. So I'm not living in a constant nightmare like a lot of people do. So yeah, typical work day. So for me, can't complain.
That's
So
good.
that's a good thing.
Good.
Yeah.
As long as you're not in the constant nightmare. That sounds
Yeah, a lot of people are,
I know.
especially New Yorkers. I mean, my God.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, it's so bad down there right now.
Yeah, it's like ground zero all over again.
Yeah, I was watching an interview with Harry Sisson, the poster boy for the Democrats, who's like
Yeah.
a TikToker or like influencer, whatever.
The
you call
power
it.
bottom. Yeah.
Yes, and apparently he's not even gay. Like he's like been like manipulating women and all that, but he's definitely a gay magnet. That's
Wait.
for sure.
So his mating strategy was to convince women that he was non-threatening by pretending to be a poofter.
And isn't that what all Democrats do?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I guess if you
yeah.
don't have testosterone, yeah.
So
That was
so
real,
this
Harry?
Sisson guy wants to appeal to the male gaze.
Yes.
Where
Harry
was it
Sisson
AY,
actually
not a
came
Z?
out as gay officially.
No, I don't think so. I think he got caught up in a scandal where women came out saying that he was basically
Oh,
manipulating them.
Well,
Which you know
another
was
name-
like, oh, okay, well, okay, good for you.
Well, you know what they say: a male feminist is just another word for sexual predator.
Yeah. That,
yeah. I was about to say the same thing, Wrangler. All male feminists are actually creeps.
yeah.
They're not capable of getting women through normal masculine means. So
Nope.
they need to, kind of get into the weeds along with the women and lower their defenses. Gay men do the same thing. When gay men hang out with hot women and they go out to clubs with them, it's all about lowering the defenses of the women.
Wow. Yeah.
Very
And,
dangerous stuff.
I was
Yes.
bringing him up because they were talking
Well, they keep
about,
saying that, but I mean, I put a roofie in my drink once and I didn't get laid. So I mean, that stuff doesn't work.
oh, that's a bad strategy.
I had a great night's sleep though. I mean,
What you got to do is go to a black neighborhood
Oh, dude.
and then go to a bar. Because I know you guys are you're Caucasian, right, Wrangler?
yeah.
So if you go
I'm
to
Hispanic, but I
You
look
sound
like
disappointed when
Whitey.
you say
So
that.
if you go to an all black neighborhood and the bar is full of black people, put the roofie in your own drink. You're guaranteed to get laid that night.
by
It's a
who?
bad strategy. So
I,
back
you
to
know
Harry
what? I'll
Sisson.
just put that off till my next marriage, which
Back
is
to
going to be
Harry.
never.
So we were talking about New York being in a bad place. He was again advocating for open borders. We need to bring, and so someone in the crowd asked the question of all questions on that topic is like, would you be willing to host a couple of immigrants in your apartment? And he'd be
Billy
like,
Irish.
I have no room, right? It's like, New York, there's no room in New York. It's like, well, isn't that the whole point of borders? It's like,
Yeah.
the city's full. What are you doing with all the illegal immigrants coming into New York then? If there's no place, right? This rationale is lost on them. They don't see further than their virtue signaling.
Well, yeah, because they're being told to think. So they, part of being told what to think is you don't think ahead. So when real questions start getting asked, you have no answers for them because you haven't received new orders yet.
That reminds me, liberals, yeah, exactly. Like, they can only repeat the current virtue signal without considering like how it can be contradicted and like it can fall flat on the logic behind it.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Especially with
so true.
the
That's
immigration
so true,
problem.
dude. Because whenever you bring up a valid argument, they always do the mirror. They just throw it back because they have no other argument. And then when they lose one argument, they don't concede, oh, well, you've got a good point. They just change the topic.
Yeah, they straw man
Yep.
it. They either straw man the argument or they what is it called? Whataboutism. Oh, well, what about this?
Oh.
And you basically change the subject by not delving down that problem. you know?
The left is in love with their moving goalposts.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're all
That reminds me though, before we move on from immigration, I was on a date this was maybe a year ago.
Mhm.
And it's relevant, the timing, because it was before Trump became president, and there were still tons of illegal immigrants coming across the border. And remember that scandal where Texas was flying illegal
Martha's
immigrants
Vineyard.
into other cities?
Yes,
Right?
I loved
They were
it.
flying thousands of people into New York City, right?
Ooh.
So anyway, I'm from New York, as you know. I'm in Manhattan, literally. I took a girl to a concert. At the end of the concert, it's going well, by the way. She wants to go get a drink afterwards. And then here's this is hilarious. This is fucking hilarious. So she pulled like a double, like a catch on me. It's like, oh, we can go further, but there's a catch. She goes, hey, tomorrow morning, if you stick around at 6 a.m., I wanted to go to an event tomorrow morning to volunteer to hand out free items to the immigrants in Penn Station.
Oh no.
And I
This
went,
was a recruitment date?
Yeah.
bro, so it was a Friday night. So she's asking me to stay over Friday night into Saturday morning and then go with her to Penn Station and hand out stuff. And I go, are you out of your mind? I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. to go hand out stuff with you?
Yeah.
to go reward people I didn't want coming here.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm guessing that date didn't end well.
Well, unfortunately, with liberals like that, you go, you know what? I'm going to put on my favorite porno tonight.
Yeah.
That's basically how tonight's going to go.
I do remember when Martha's Vineyard, they were like, yeah, we're all for the immigration. So that guy shipped a whole bunch of them up to Martha's Vineyard, and they quickly shipped them back out.
24 hours later, the National Guard evacuated all of the illegal aliens that Texas governor, dropped like garbage into.
Oh yeah, no, that was a crazy story. It really was.
It showed the hypocrisy up close.
It looks now like ICE is doing some great work, though. Like people
Greg Abbott, thank you, bootlegger.
mad.
Well, I firsthand saw after the election when Trump won back in November of 2024, me and my family members, well, they even told me because they work in a more populated area than I do. And so they used to tell me that there were crowds of immigrants on the street corners in the city, just loitering and, trying to sell stuff and look for work. And that as soon as Trump won, right after Election Day, they were all gone. Those corners were empty. And I go, yeah, so tell me it doesn't matter how you vote, right? after you see that happen.
Yeah. Hasta luego, muchacho.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully the rest of the world is going to go that way. We just had our prime minister here in the province, not the prime minister of the country, but each province has their prime minister.
Mhm.
And he resigned a couple of weeks ago, or has it been a month?
Oh
already?
yeah.
So I'd love to see that. He was the one who oversaw the whole of COVID. He's the one who canceled New Year's Eve the day before or the day of the New Year's
Oh
Eve.
my, dude! Did you see the latest revelations in the certain files that came out about the vaccinations?
Nothing recent, no.
No,
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
my
so-
attention.
So the email where how they redact, like they'll leave Epstein, that one goblin's name, but not
They
not
would never
anybody
do
else's.
that, Chris. They love us.
Basically, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm terrible at memorizing perfect lines. He basically said something along the lines of, the first email was saying, "Hey, I'd like to get in contact with Bill Gates. Like, what was his plan about getting rid of poor people, the vaccines?" Yeah, I went in on that.
Wow.
I was like,
I'm not surprised that's a thing. I'm just surprised to actually hear it's now documented.
yeah, we literally, it's like the conspiracy theorists were right again. Check,
It's
Yeah,
not
man.
even a theory, because there's this woman who kept a newspaper from back in the 90s where Bill Gates was like openly saying, yes, we have plans to reduce the population with vaccines. And people are like, oh, that's nice. Reducing population's great. Vaccines are great. They just didn't put the two together.
Yeah.
You heard that one piece of information about Bill Gates where he caught an STD.
Yeah,
And he
trying to
put
mix his
antibiotics into his wife's drink so that he can get over the STD as well.
Yes, he was
Yep.
asking Jeffrey Epstein to get him some antibiotics that could slip
My
into his
God.
wife like a roofie without her noticing.
Well,
Oh man, that's rich. And he was interviewed on TV about that. Did you catch that? He denied.
I didn't see
everything
that
as
one. I
far
saw his
Oh, of
wife was
course.
interviewed.
I did see a clip about
saw
it,
that too.
but I don't remember everything that was said. I
So he
just
just-
chuckled and moved on.
He basically denied. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. So apparently he died in private. He lied in private emails like 10 years ago.
Well, he has no
Nothing else
choice
is
to
true,
deny
but
it.
except for that one. That one's a lie.
His ex-wife, though, her response, and this was just a couple of weeks ago.
Mm.
They confronted her with what was revealed in the files, and she didn't deny anything. All she said was, "I had a terrible time, and I knew I had to leave him." That was like her only thing that she was saying.
Wow.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
Dear pharmacist, if these antibiotics are right for you,
You're saying
Epstein
that
Pharmaceuticals,
a
who
lot of
can
those
we do for you?
questions- A lot of those questions go to Bill. Like she doesn't have to answer, like, because they were asking questions like that's on Bill Gates to answer for those.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny though how
it's all falling apart.
finally the files have been revealed?
Well, some of them.
Well, a lot of things have been revealed though.
Yeah.
A
Some evil shit.
pretty strong amount of things have been confirmed that were formerly conspiracy theories, like
Yep.
stuff having to do with young children, and even to the point. And I won't say anything too crazy, Frederick. To the point of harming young people to a significant extent in a crazy cultish manner.
Yeah, turn them into jerky.
You don't have to mention the details either, Carbon. It's amazing how mainstream this has been now. Like it has pierced the mainstream. People are aware of this now. It's
Well, what
no
I was going to
longer-
say though, isn't it funny how all the leftists are quiet now though?
Mhm.
They're
The
not
conspiracy
conspiracy theories, they're spoilers.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. It's all been confirmed now. Everything we've been saying over the past 5 years, I guess, that was happening in Hollywood behind the scenes, now proven. But yet now the left, they're all quiet about it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they couldn't crucify Trump. They couldn't nail him. And now they're all quiet. They have nothing to say, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man. All this news is like made me antiseptic. You know, like
Just recently?
yeah. Well, no, just like the stuff that's coming out and the way that like it's just we've been so demoralized over the programming and the conditioning that like 20 years ago, if this news broke out, like this country would be on fire right now.
Yeah.
You know
now,
what I mean?
now, we have been little by little desensitized to it because we're sitting here making jokes about it. Where you're right, if it was 20 years ago, we would have all been running to the garbage can or bathroom, whatever, to puke. We would be shocked and like utterly unnerved. And now we're like, I told you.
What I think is happening is that there's a lot of a quiet awakening occurring in people where you're not going to vocalize the shock and or the disgust, but now deep down they know, right? So all these leftists who aren't, they're not talking anymore, their mouths are shut, but deep down they know, and so they might operate a little differently moving forward.
A lot of us have already been awake as well, and the other half has already heard of this. They just thought it was, crazy bullshit, and now they're kind of quietly realizing they were wrong. So, that's
like I'll give you an example. The vaccine is one of the best examples. The concept of no longer trusting pharmaceuticals. Because in the past 5 years, us, the people on the right and however you want to label us, the skeptics,
the leftists,
the heroes.
Yeah, the ones who were actually knowledgeable and rightfully skeptical. We were saying this, like, you can't trust this stuff. There's an agenda. And now it's all been proven. But look at the reduction in people actually taking vaccines now, right? There's a lot of people not opting to actually get injected. They're not trusting pharmaceuticals as much because now they see that it's true.
Yeah.
Dude, that's creepy, James.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm so relieved that it says sentient. I thought it said something else.
Issue number 1, baby.
Oh, you've animated your own book review?
$3.99.
He's a book now.
I'm a book now, baby. I can be anything I want.
Is that from the Epstein files?
Probably.
Yeah, he got turned into jerky and they made a book cover out of it.
You can't impress me with books, James. I've written more books than I've read,
fine.
by the way.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Oh.
Hail, friends.
That is nightmare fuel. Wow.
Yeah, no, that's creepy. That's
How you doing, James? I hope you had a good day, man.
I had a decent day. Got some writing done. Did the stream right now. I literally threw this together between streams.
Nice.
Yes, sirs. Yes, sirs. And read
Do you have
plenty of comic books.
Do you have a book cab segment for us tonight?
Yes, my book cam is prepared for comic.
Oh,
sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up whenever you're ready, man. I want to quickly go over the preview of the new feature I had here on the Comic Skater. I almost forgot the name of my own site.
Are we going to see Sentient #1 available through Comic Skater?
Maybe. It depends if he turns it into a comic or not, because that's, I got to draw the line somewhere because I'm an artist. I draw lines.
As one does.
So we're going to talk about that on Elliot's show on Thursday as well, about the whole Wheelers thing happening. Let me get it. You got to sign up to do this feature. Oh, I used up my votes for that one.
Oh, denied.
Got to sign up with my alt. Here we go. So this is my cover clash feature. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it. I posted about it on Twitter a little bit. I put this together on Sunday night, and it's basically pooling from all the covers on the site. And you can like vote for one or vote for the other, or go, oh no, these are too close. It's a tie. I can't choose. And then, I'm gonna have to vote.
Oh, you fixed the tie animation.
I did. I added that today. That's kind of where my day went.
Oh wow!
So it's not all a loss. So
is that Java?
Is that Java?
Yeah. Did you do that in JavaScript?
That's GSAP. GSAP animations. Cool. Yeah, it's the animation library. Love these guys. So when you pick one here, the one you pick goes up, the other goes down. Oh well, Phenomenon. Definitely the best of the two here.
Phenomenon.
Versus Irene, interestingly enough.
Yeah, well, see, Sometimes it'll even be the same artist versus the same artist on different titles, or even sometimes the same title, because a lot of books have multiple covers. So it's not about the book versus the book. It's really a cover clash, right? It's really, you're judging the cover purely.
Listo and Erickson right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I've got to vote for our pal Aaron here.
So is this a randomizer?
Yes.
And then so each cover just has a score of the total votes they're getting?
it works like chess. So it's an ELO score. So if you have a low rated comic versus a high rated cover, and if the low one wins, then it's going to gain more points because it was versus a popular one. So it's an ELO system.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like Tinder.
It's exactly like Tinder. You will meet as many dates on here as you will
Yeah,
on Tinder.
fat chicks need
Now
love
you will
too.
be torn.
With the swiping left and swipe, yeah, the more rights you get, then you're going to be shown more.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
but
No
there's still,
hesitation on that one.
there's still some bugs. For example, like if you vote down on Rattel covers, your account gets canceled for some reason. I haven't figured out why. I might fix that at some point. I don't know.
Oh,
Here's
we
the,
did the.
Here's
sorry.
the leaderboard.
Oh, cool.
So right now, and these are mostly from me testing the past couple of days. There's been like 2 or 3 others who have gone in and played the game, but it's still.
I would say 1,600 votes.
Leaderboard.
No,
I
so-
thought you said the leaderboard for those who voted down the Rattel cover.
Yeah, like all the people's
the
accounts. have been
deleter
deleted.
board. Yeah, no, that's private. So no, it's gotten 11 votes is what it's got. So this is
Yeah.
this is the ELO score. So the score starts at 1,500. So a book that has 0 votes is at 1,500. So it'll go up or down in score depending on who it goes against. So if you beat a really popular cover, then you gain more points.
Cool.
It's
Here's
like my SAT scores.
So
speaking
right
of
now,
which,
Gemshock is number 1.
Yeah.
Dale Keown.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Gymshark. We got Cyberfrog Wreck Planet.
Nice.
And,
That's the
oh,
Jay Lee.
A
love that
lot
cover.
of Dale Keown. A lot of Dale Keown. Yeah, Jay Lee's like the dude that. I think that's my favorite one.
I have that. Yeah, I got that cover.
I got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, so I hate you guys.
I got the all white embossed one too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I think I have that for the first one, Blood Honey.
Nice.
Welcome, Aaron. Nice to see you, man.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah,
Hey.
Did you ditch
What's up, Aaron?
the Boy Scouts in the woods and you were able to free yourself?
Wait, he's on the list.
Oh shit! Don't talk like that, dude.
No.
That stuff. Will stay
Aaron's
with
one
you.
of us.
I don't
He's
need that
been to the
coming
Grove.
I was just showing my new feature here of the cover clash, where you get to vote on your favorite covers. And
Nice.
Oh,
Ooh.
this one.
Oh, look at that.
You gotta be loyal here.
Of course.
Well,
It's
thank
actually,
you.
I really enjoy this feature a lot.
Well, thank you.
Fun.
I
yeah.
love judging.
I love judging too. Like this
Very
idea came
judgmental guy.
from the Facebook movie, right?
Oh, that's the
You
coin
know-
slot cover.
Yeah. You know it.
Nice.
They both are kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's just closer up.
That's the laminated cover.
So in the Facebook movie, Mark
Didn't get it
Zuckerberg
laminated.
does this with the photos of all the women in his college, and then
Oh,
everyone
damn.
gets upset. And I was like, I too want everyone to get upset. So let
Yeah.
me figure out a way to put this together. And I just think it's nice because you're looking at all the covers, and that's really the most fun part of it. You're having to choose between the two, and then seeing them class. I think it's a good educational tool as well, because your cover is going to go in there. You're going to see where it ranks, and you can deduce, you can learn from it as well. Like, why is this cover so popular?
Yeah.
What does everyone like this cover?
Yeah.
And as I said, like even sometimes it's the same artist will go, oh, well, this obviously Rattel is the better.
He chose.
Then it was
Right.
No
You know,
hesitation.
Frederick, you know why? Because you're basically the Mark Zuckerberg of Comicsgate, where now you created the Facebook page of the college campus, because you know the whole story of Facebook being created, right?
Of
Oh,
course, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
fake story, yeah.
So now you will be able to rise up in the ranks because you made this page.
Except Frederick did it without CIA backing.
Well, you don't know that, Wrangler.
Wrangler, you don't know that.
You screwed over the Winklevoss twins, didn't you?
Well, they were some twins, but they weren't the Winklevoss, you know.
Wait, isn't the guy who played the Winklevoss twins, wasn't he like turned out to be a cannibal and shit?
Oh shit.
Yeah, but that's all of Hollywood, though. It's nothing
Yeah,
new
that's-
under the sun.
yeah.
Why are you shocked? Why do you sound so
Yeah.
shocked?
He is not an agent of the CIA. He is a writer of comic books.
I love it.
That's my favorite.
It's such a good quote.
Yeah.
We're going to vote for Peter Gilmore here. And,
Super Dad.
Corey Barton. He's not in the chat. I don't know if we should vote for him.
Guys say babes. He'll appear like magic.
Yeah.
It's like
Come on down. We'll vote
Babes.
for him.
That was literally a running gag on our show. Is like
Yeah.
all you got to do is mention him, and he will actually show up. It's crazy.
He will. Mountain Hollow. He didn't draw the interiors, but he drew the cover, and it's a damn fine one too.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite. Like
Oh,
I
hell
love
yeah.
Dan Lawless. Like I really love these. This is why the tie is here. You know, you like
Yeah. That's a Rosemary's Baby kind of thing.
yeah.
Wait, you clicked on Phenomena over there.
What did I?
Oh.
Oh no!
No, it was Black Riding Hood. What are you talking about?
The last one.
Yeah, Patrick's eyes are glowing white right now.
Uh-oh.
No, I didn't.
No takesy backsies.
Black Riding Hood. What are you talking about?
Well, that was the one before that. And then that was Phenomenova versus.
Well, we're gonna have to clip that and
yeah.
edit it in post.
You have to cut that out of the video.
yeah, dispose that evidence.
I'm gonna vote for Spring Ball because I ordered that one and I'm looking forward to it. There's another one by John Malin, the cover that looks really
Yeah, I like the
nice.
mail and cover on that
I
one.
got the cover. Oh, we got Ryan and Patrick. Was this Peter Gilmore's version?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
Sheldon.
gonna vote
Seniority. You gotta be loyal here.
yeah, of course. Show your loyalty. So I
Oh.
I can't.
Uh-oh.
You know, this is Pitt. I'm sorry, Patrick, but Dale
Yeah.
Keown.
Well, he got the
Yeah,
last. Yeah, he got the
Jones
last.
the king.
So
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
Oh, there's Phenomenova. But see,
Yeah.
this is an easy choice. Like, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, oh, that's a tough one. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's Dale Keown on the left, also.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I have that cover.
Man.
Sorry, Chris. I love you,
Mhm.
but
He's sweating.
No, it is not a dishonor to lose to Dale Keown. So.
Seriously,
this is Dan Lawless.
dude. Just
from
meeting
Sounds
Dale
Too
was
Good.
such a treat. I met him, I don't know, a couple years ago or whatever it was. He's
In
so
person?
fucking cool.
Oh, awesome.
No, I was hosted on Pimp My Comic.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's just
freaking cool.
super
That's-
nice guy.
Dude, we all got to go to the For the Fans Fest in October.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
we got
man.
Sheldon here in the chat. How you doing, Sheldon? How's that cover coming
Hey.
along, man? What up, Sheldon?
Oh, just to let you guys know, Corey Barton is currently working on another cover for me right now. So,
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Is it Helix again?
yes, it is.
Look at
Yeah,
Aaron
it would
Dragon.
Yes, and a dragon. So I chose a pose, and
Nice.
he's gonna finish it a little bit more, and we'll see if it's worth going forward with. So I don't know. I like it. Looks real good.
But you
Yeah,
gotta keep
dragons
us-
and
Oh,
babes. What
and
could go wrong?
I
Yeah.
need those. I need those other covers for your comic.
Yes, I will be working on that as soon as I have some free time.
Nice.
Ah.
Nice. It's coming along.
Corey
great. Nice.
Barton, illustrator of the Blue Babes.
So
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
this is going to be a tool for the newcomers as well. Like, yeah, you can put your own covers here and see how people respond, right? So it's going to be an interesting phenomenon. Morning
Just for
Star.
this, somebody's gonna make a subtitle one of their issues. Pick me, and just so it shows up on here.
Black Riding Hood, man. There
I
you
love
go.
it so good, man. It's so subtle. It's not a complicated drawing.
I love that cover, man.
The design, dude, it's so freaking good.
Also, the new EVS cover for the Second Chance
Yes.
campaign that just launched.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, man. It's actually my favorite out of all the
Uh-oh.
number 2.
I wonder.
So,
The Akira homage.
well, I gotta
Yeah.
explain to Aaron. So, Aaron, there's a bug on the site that if you don't vote for my covers, your account gets deleted.
Oh
So-
shit!
I haven't figured a fix for it.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have voted for yours anyways. Come on, man.
Oh, that's Jose Garcia on the right,
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Graveyard
Yeah.
shift, right?
Yeah, I've heard he's good.
You got to be pretty good if you're going to beat Jose Garcia. Because I just don't see that happening.
This
too
one's
often.
tough. They're both good, but I like Shanu, the emotion with the baby and the beast. This
They're
one's
both very
strong.
good covers. Yeah.
Both good. So
Uh-oh.
I've got a babe here.
Babes win.
The boobs win. It's an
This
easy
is
boob
so
decision.
good. Yeah.
I love the Malin cover on the right. The Graveyard
Here's
Shift
another
cover.
Black Riding Hood cover. Did you see this one?
Yeah. Cecil
Damn.
cover.
What the fuck? Who did that?
Cecil. That's Roquefort on the left.
Scooby
I love
Gang.
Roquefort is always on point, man. His art.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite artists.
Oh, Kenneth.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
Cecil,
dude.
that Cecil cover. Bless his heart. That's all I can say is bless his
I like his homage to the Scooby Gang there.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of Roquefort, Groken. I have Groken, but it's a perfect example where the art is amazing, but the story is
Bullshit.
on the weaker
He
side.
said it.
I mean, I've
I
been
mean,
reading comics, and I'm just saying this: like, if I'm a comic book writer, I'd probably have to say some caveats and distance myself from other comic book writers. Whenever
I mentioned that on Twitter. I was like, I bought a book because the art was awesome. It was an awesome artist, but I didn't know what the story was, and nobody could tell me what the story was. So I didn't buy number 2.
dude, yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
exactly.
mean you didn't know the story after reading number 1?
I didn't know what was going on.
Like that whole debate though about the art versus the writing, like you need to have them both. Like,
Yeah.
it's a visual medium, but yeah, if it doesn't have that synchronicity, it's not going to work. Because
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, my collection has a lot of really good, beautifully like rendered, artistic number 1 issues, but not a whole lot of number 2s, and definitely not a whole lot of number 10s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What a lot of people are neglecting to mention, though, about the art itself is that there is storytelling in the art itself.
Oh yeah,
When you look at a cover, right, or you look at, say, if you go to the shop and you flip through a couple of pages, yeah, the art you see immediately, but in the art, there's story in the fabric of it.
Mhm.
So, in a way, the writer has already directed what you're seeing. So that actually lends a little more points to the storytelling.
Yeah,
I always had. I have like a kind of like a top 3 things to keep in mind when you're drawing a comic book, and storytelling is the number 1
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
before realism and before style. Actually, I have because you can, dude. That's why XKCT CD exists. It's all stick figures,
Mhm.
right? So there's no anatomy.
Oh, I thought the first thing to think about was toy sales, but
So you have to be able to tell a story to communicate something. So that's
Mhm.
number 1. So number 2, I think it's style over realism. Like realism isn't out of the question. I think I put realism in 3 because there has to be some grounded work that you believe the world that you're brought into. But style, beauty, the meaning that you're bringing into that world, to me, is more important than realism. But nothing tops story.
Yeah.
Like if you don't
Well,
have a story,
I'll say this about the writing aspect as a short story writer. There's very few more engaging and impactful writing than dialogue. And when it comes to comic books, a majority of it is that dialogue. So even though you are limited, you use that limitations to sort of like break those boundaries. Like a comic book with fantastic dialogue next to fantastic art is masterful, but one or the other will cripple the book as a whole.
Yeah.
And I've seen books that have shitty dialogue and they're beautiful. I'm not picking up the second issue, like you said, because I don't buy the characters. The plot is boring or too cliche, which was a terrible thing to essentially tear down the art. I'm saying it. If you have bad dialogue in a comic book, which is a medium as a whole, is both dialogue as well as the visuals, both essentially supporting each other, one or the other can set off that balance, and you can have yourself a shitty book. It's like a nice balance, and it's a nice recipe, and it's something that I've been exploring as I've been spending like freaking hundreds of dollars on comic books like these last months, reading them and going in, like diving in head first and all these different ones, and just realizing how much shitty dialogue can ruin a book, or how much good dialogue can actually make up for terrible art.
Yeah, well, like one thing I've noticed is that because we have such an oversaturated market now, and our the market or the audience is so spoiled with options that we will never get The Crow or another successful story like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which were absolutely substandard art but great writing.
Well, I'll say we won't get it critically acclaimed. Doesn't mean
no, nobody will give it a chance. You could literally have War and Peace, or like, I don't know, name some great literary work. If the art doesn't get people to pick your book up, then it's gonna die on the vine. Which is sad. I mean, that's saying that there is one point in the art matters more than writing category. But I counter that with basically like who the hell's that what's his name, Kieran, whatever the hell his name, the Eisner guy that had that PowerPoint presentation where he's like, writers are parasites, they don't like, artists don't need you and all this shit. And I'm like, dude, like, there is a graveyard in the comic book industry right now of number ones because they have gorgeous art and shitty stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Everybody thinks they can write is the thing.
Yeah, anybody that is cheating artists, cheating comic book artists. I'm gonna say that separately, comic book artists, because if you want to take this on alone, a part of the art is not just the illustrations, the writing too.
Oh, guaranteed.
You got double. You want to be a comic book artist? This is coming from somebody who's just consuming it. So I'm up my own ass here, nonetheless. And I think a lot of people will agree. Best comic books ever written were both drawn and written by the exact same fool.
Those are your full stacks.
Exactly, and that's what it's gonna take. It's a difficult prospect.
Well, my thing is yeah, you can get the Renaissance man, the artist that's a writer and and the artist basically, but like a high quality full stack developer, those are unicorns. Because when you become a jack of all trades, you become a master of nothing. So those are really, really rare diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, that's almost like 1 in a million. If you really think about it, how many have there really been in the last even 40 years? A handful out of thousands. So that's
if you want masterful, rare. But here's a little thing about writing that Hemingway said, and I think it rings true for comic books, which is why it's actually a little embarrassing to have the low quality a lot of the writing is, and it's the fact that it doesn't actually take that much to be a good writer. You want to be a master of all, you want to be a Hemingway, that's going to take forever. That's going to take a damn lifetime. You want to be a good writer, give it 3 months, give it 2 years. Trust me, it's easier to become a good writer than it is to master some styles out there, because there's a plethora on it, and once you become comfortable with your own voice and how you write, it just flows sometimes. So I'd say that it's not as hard of a prospect to at least educate yourself to becoming at least a okay writer, because a lot of them,
you're right about
reading these and they're shit. They're like, I published my first book shit, which, mind you, in the writer sphere, for those who may not know, means that like your first book is always your worst book, and everybody expects it to suck. So when I say that, that's like the largest insult there is for your writing. It's as novice as it can get.
Well, James, I had to respond to a couple of things you said from your viewpoint as a writer, and the thing is also you have the experience of you've written prose, you've written short stories, right? Yeah. So I mean, you in a way, your perspective is you're combining the entire craft of writing, including prose, right? Because comic book writing is obviously.
I've also written scripts as well.
I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm saying you're coming from the full spectrum, but from the comic book standpoint, I mean, and let's be honest, you know, the narrative is visually seen. What you're writing is simplified as opposed to writing a novel, obviously. But
yeah,
the story, you made a good point earlier about the distinction between the story being written and the dialogue being written, right? Because and a lot of people don't think about this. Like, for example, if you're watching a TV show, there's writing the dialogue, what you hear on the show, but there's also writing what occurs on the show. And I would say that it's easier, and people might disagree with me on this, baseline dialogue is easier to pull off than writing a good story. Because baseline dialogue, and what I mean by that is like minimally sounding believable dialogue. So that's like stuff that, you know, the person is most likely to say in a situation, I think is less challenging to pull off than writing a good story in which what occurs is more compelling.
You're right. And guess what? A lot of comics that I've been reading, and I've been reading dozens, sometimes like 5 or 6 a week, do not match that. They do not meet that marker right there where it sounds normal, because a lot of them get caught up in, here's the information I have to convey. And some of them try to embed that information appropriately, but that in itself is an art. Like, there have been whole books written on that alone. One of them that just smacked me across the face, which I champion, is called Dialogue. I think his name is Robert Mickey. That's absolutely fantastic, and completely is like the whole focal point is exactly that: writing, getting information to your audience as naturally as possible. Yeah, that's right. This is me, the comic book. Trust me, I'm a book. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I trust your information more now that I know your.
Please don't kill me.
Quick question, Frederick. Frederick, are you able to see anything in the chat comments beyond Zebra Comics in here in the StreamYard?
So the last one I see is send link if available.
Yeah, over on YouTube, there's conversation going on beyond that. StreamYard is not filing it in like it usually does. I don't know what's going on.
Hold on, there's a show.
I've noticed that happen. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah. Comic I was actually reading. Which one was it? I think it was Defenders of the Earth, and I was excited because like it had Flash Gordon in it, and I thought it was gonna be great. And it had a good example of bad writing is that where this character appears in this scene, and then this other character looks at him like, Prince so and so, my son. He who is heir to the throne. I was like, you have no idea how much comic books I've been reading that has this kind of dialogue.
We've got Corey Barton in the chat.
Mention he shall be here.
Here's one for you guys from the book. Here's one for you guys from the book. Whatever you do, avoid these 3 words. As you know.
Oh, I know.
Everybody knows it. There's no reason for you to say it. If you want to suggest towards it and then have an unveiling for the audience later on a couple pages, great. But never use the words as you know. You're wasting dialogue space.
Yeah, at the same time, it's so easy to fall into writing that. Yeah. Luckily I heard the avoid that, you know, before I started actually seriously trying to write something. But when I started trying to write, and I'm like, I can't do as you know, I got to avoid that phrase at all costs. Then I found myself actually starting to say that in regular conversation. I would stop myself, like, what's wrong? And then I hear other people saying it in regular conversation, and I'm cringing. I'm like, you're not supposed to say that. They're like, why? You know, it's like, it's a writer thing. You're not supposed to say that. You know, so I mean, it is a natural part of regular conversation, but you can't do it in a book.
Yep.
Well, my big hang up is, and I know a lot of writers are guilty of this, is they don't have unique voices for their characters. Mm-hmm. So if a line is being written, you should be able to just listen to, like for example, Wolverine. Hey, Bob, you know, you know it's him. You don't even need to see his face, and you know it's him speaking. You know,
you could have like a dialogue balloon outside he could be off stage, so to speak, and just say something, and you know it's him, right? Like even his sound effects, snicked. No one else has the snicked sound effect. It's like
and there's so many books that I've read where it's like, who the frig is talking?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm struggling with that a little bit right now because what I'm writing, I got two brothers that are together. So of course they're well, with the exception of a couple of turns of phrase, they're going to sound very much alike. So I'm trying to figure out how to balance that.
Yeah,
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing is challenging because you need to be conscious of these things the entire time as you're doing it, right? Because I've written a couple of things over the course of many years. I mean, like short stories and stuff. And these are things that occurred to me. And one of them, Chris, that was one of the biggest things where your narrative voice is one thing, and then the voice of each character, you know, even the vocabulary they use, they should not be using the same vocabulary, you know, because it could easily be like, hey, everybody sounds like the author here, you know?
Yeah, that's the worst.
Luis flashback in the Ant-Man movies where everybody's talking like, yo, homie.
Brothers can have like the same dialect, like right. If they're from the same region, they're from the same town, they have the same group. They'll have different. They'll have the same dialect, but maybe a different personality, right?
That's
different ways of saying things, even though they're use the same words. Kind of.
You brought up the personality thing. Like that's where your voice comes from, because when if you can't make a distinction in your characters that are that overt, the character doesn't need to be there. You know, like you're populating a scene, and if every character can be described the same way, then you have too many characters.
Yeah, and it's hard to do in a comic book because you're so limited. There's a certain amount of dialogue balloons, a certain amount of words in a page.
Well, one example I get is the Larry Hama approach, which is when G.I. Joe first came out, you had Grunt, and you had Grunt, and you had a blonde-haired Grunt, and they were all pretty much the same G.I. Joe. But when it really took off, when the popularity of G.I. Joe took off, you could look at a character and go, oh, that's Roadblock. Oh, that's Snake Eyes. Yeah. Oh, that's Rock and Roll. You know, that's Duke. Like, those levels of distinction are purposeful. Like, you know, like that's why the Ninja Turtles was such an amazingly written story, is they literally were the same damn characters, but they all had their own unique personalities.
Yeah, well, they added the color on the bandanas in the cartoon. They all had the same color bandanas in the comic book back in the day.
Well, it was black and white back in the their what was it, Mirage Studios or whatever. But like,
but when they started doing they still had the colored covers, I believe.
Red and
all the bandanas were red at the beginning. Yeah.
But like they were so well written that there's a reason why each of the Ninja Turtles has the weapons that they have, because they directly contrast to their weaknesses. You know, like Donatello's the genius, so they gave him a stick. You know, Raphael is the hot-headed piece of shit, so they gave him a purely defensive weapon. There's no edge on those Sais. Sais do not have blades.
Correct. A lot of people don't realize that they are blunt.
Yeah, and then Michelangelo was the reckless one, so he was given a weapon to force him to be more focused. Because if you fuck around with a pair of nunchucks, you're going to
hurt yourself real quick.
And not one of them ever said, as you know. So.
Master Splinter.
I mean, but Turtles is an IP. You know. I didn't know about that whole origin of the weapons, though. That is pretty brilliant. But I'm a huge Turtles fan. Like I've said before, it's one of my favorite franchises. The first film is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, even though like it's not like a serious film like other dramas, I would put it in my top 10 movies. Because I love it so much.
Now I know it's not the same continuity, but I like to consider TMNT to be the fourth movie in that series.
I completely agree.
It fits in there so perfectly.
Yep.
Did you guys see that recently released animation somebody just threw out on the internet?
Yes, with Raphael and
looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
That
was a good one.
Hey, Corey. Good morning. How you doing, man?
Hey.
I hear you're working on a cover.
Yeah. Dragons, babes.
Looking forward to it, my friend.
You had my interest. Now you have my attention.
Reputation of the writer-artist is what sells the book.
You can,
yeah.
Or sometimes the cover artist.
Yeah, but reputation is a big deal. The only reason I read a Star Wars novel once is because it was written by R.A. Salvador.
Oh, nice.
I mean, reputation
artist,
goes a huge, long way. But at this point, with more and more people dying off, unfortunately, or no longer working, now it's a whole new generation of people who need to grab your attention in whatever way they can. Earlier, Chris, you made a comment about how the general reader is going to really pay attention mostly to the art, and we're not going to get another TMNT kind of IP or you give another example of another IP.
The Crow. Yeah,
The Crow, or even the funny thing is, Sin City is another example where the art is not really visually amazing. I mean, it's niche in appearance, it's unique.
Yeah,
But I don't think it would appeal to the general audience in terms of grabbing your attention. But
well, it's been a long time since a comic book's appealed to a general audience.
yeah, but the thing is, everything is flipping on its head now because of, well, one is AI, and so I've mentioned before how I think there's going to be a movement towards flawed art in which it looks scratchy. It doesn't look perfect.
Yeah, Bobby Tubby.
Yeah, web cartoons.
Yeah, and I think the idea goes past the art style. Like you can get, like you were saying, a faulty, choppy art style if you've got a really good idea. Same with the Turtles. The Turtles didn't succeed because they had the best art. It was just a wacky idea. Just this title, starting with the title. It wasn't Ninja Turtles. It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All spelled out.
Wow, they put all the gimmicks in it.
It's very trauma.
Dude,
I like Turtles.
Well, the very first, I remember picking up the very first, like I'm kicking myself for not saving it because that thing was probably worth a shit ton of money.
Chris,
But,
you
yeah.
even saved your toys when you were little and you put them on your
I
wall
know.
and your mom threw them out.
That's why she's in a home. But like the so Ninja Turtles is actually from New Hampshire, like the Eastman and Laird. They started their shit up here, and they canvassed the area and got bookstores to carry their shit before they were like legit. And I remember grabbing a copy of it and going, "This art is garbage." I was in like 3rd grade or whatever, and I'm like, "I could draw better than this. This is shit." But the story is so fucking good.
I think there's a lot to that.
It was originally like a bit of a riff on Daredevil.
Oh, it totally was. Instead of the hand, it was the foot.
Yep. And then there was I read a comic that was a riff on Ninja Turtles back in the it was a few years after they became big, and it was, I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could, but it was this rabbit character that was reading comics and seeing how all violent they were. He was getting so upset, so he went on his own violent spree, taking down all these violent allegories of the comic book characters. And then some turtles showed up, and he's like, "The ones who started it all."
it's not familiar.
It's one of those. I read as a teenager when exhausted, so it was just hilarious. I wish I could remember the name.
Dude, I wish I wasn't so obsessed with tits when I was a kid, because like those were the only books that I remember saving. Like I still have all of my OG ElfQuest books. I still have Fastner and Larson books. I still have a lot of my Meta Helon books, the French version of heavy metal. Oh man, Druna, god damn.
You mean you wish you weren't still obsessed with tits?
You got
I came out when I began life, and I've been trying to get
French
back.
magazine in your area, neck of the woods, or
Oh yeah. New Hampshire has a large French-speaking population. We're the only state that when you cross into it, it actually says "Bienvenue" underneath it.
Fuck me.
So-
Which state?
New
I
Hampshire.
would say "Live free or die."
Oh, New Hampshire.
Yeah. This is we're like the last. Like you can see the rot of Massachusetts creeping up, and then it's
Sorry, that's not very funny. I mean, I'm laughing at Massachusetts, not at New Hampshire. I feel bad for New Hampshire.
Yeah, well, I grew up here, so this was kind of like my homeland essentially, and it was always kind of an island, and now we're starting to see all the rot coming up from Massachusetts. Like Maine just got a whole shit ton of bulb heads. I mean, Somalis there, like they just dropped them in, and it was like what the hell, guys? Like,
they're gonna look a little out of place in Maine.
There's
Wow.
something very strange happening in Maine, and I
Yeah.
think it's by design because it turns out Maine has one of the highest percentages of Caucasian population out of all states of the United States, right?
Well, the Illuminati needs to fix that.
Yep.
Exactly. So then, how does it end up being that the state with basically the highest Caucasian population now has a movement towards bringing in all these Africans, let's just say that, and South Americans, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I could
It's the
tell
same-
you
it's the
how
same thing here. Here we
Yeah.
have like one of the most isolated cultures because of our francophone origins. We've been racist against the English for hundreds of
Yep.
years, but now we're letting all the Africans.
Well, that's allowed.
Because the Africans, well, they speak French. You know, our
Oy
culture.
vey, they're starting to notice.
But
Oy.
they got us like within a couple of generations. Like it's the same as the rest of America. The worst sin you can do is be racist. So people just let their culture being taken.
It's the
over.
it's
that
the
only
liberal
works until you.
politicians that- Go ahead,
Go
Chris.
ahead.
Someone go ahead.
Okay, that only works until you just agree with them. For example, I was working security at a nightclub, and every time we had to kick someone out for breaking the rules, is it because I'm black? Is it because you're racist? This, that, and I tripped
Yes,
all
it
over
is.
myself to like explain that. And then one day I got so fed up. You're kicking me out because I'm black, aren't you? And I just said yes, and he shut right up. I didn't hear
Well, I-
another word out of
love
him.
I like when I get called a white supremacist Yahtzee, and I'm like, which part of me is it? Is it the Jews that escaped France, or is it the Koreans? I'm confused here.
Well, you know, that's
Even
the perfect
better. I was
segue to-
doing Latin night. Me, I'm Spanish. I'm Castilian. My partner, she was Puerto Rican. We had to kick a guy out for sneaking his underage brother in, and he tried saying, "You're kicking me out because I'm Spanish." This wasn't professional. She and I looked at each other and just started laughing our asses off. We couldn't believe we just heard that.
I'm sure you guys have seen.
That's racist. It only works on white people that don't have actual black friends or Hispanic. So,
Yeah, and even then, if you're white, all you got to do is pretend you're not white. Most people are too ignorant.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before. But you guys, the most viral clip this week on Twitter, I'm sure you guys have all seen already. I'm sharing it right now, Frederick.
Oh yeah.
Is
And,
it Mike Wheeler whining about? not
Oh,
being
of
a
course,
confiscator?
of course.
This,
Shawty loaded up that.
Oh yeah.
so this is on my home turf, by the way. This is a New York City subway train,
The zoo.
and it is all too familiar. Wait a minute, you guys haven't? Some of you haven't seen this yet?
No,
No, I haven't seen this. I want to see
Oh,
this.
okay.
This
You're
He
in.
said
You're
the
in
is
zoo.
looking
Maybe.
good.
I've seen it.
He said the zoo. It made me think of the Scorpions song.
trying to raise the damn volume.
If you guys are
Fine.
Scorpions fans,
What is happening here? All right,
No,
I'm
it's
just
like
gonna
it's like messing with you.
yeah, what is going on? I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna play this damn thing.
Girl, next time somebody hit your nigga, you supposed to beat their ass. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
Oh, they cocked. Go to the next call.
look at
Yeah. Well.
Oh wait, she waves. Perfect. She waves at them too. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love the
yeah.
music.
good.
Did that? They added
City folk,
Ario
man.
Morricone.
And I saw a pic of her with her boyfriend who's black. I don't know if that's like her. Somebody posted
So,
on Twitter. I was like, hilarious.
The lore behind this is massive. I have done a deep dive onto this.
Oh,
Nice. Okay.
Okay, and that picture of her with a black boyfriend,
Yeah.
she's not currently dating that person. That's from like 10 years ago,
Okay.
oh,
apparently. So
Yeah.
she did date black people in the past.
Yeah.
Right now she's single.
So they abused her.
I am not going to dox this girl at all, but she has been doxed,
Oh,
full name and everything, even where she lives.
Of course.
And I even warned her. I told her, I'm like, you need to leave New York. Like,
You're in
ASAP.
a city,
Hey,
girl.
by the way, Carbon, what's your Twitter handle? Is it Carbon?
Damien Chaos.
Of
Damien Chaos.
Yeah. Why?
I was going to give you a follow.
Oh, you're gonna send me something? Okay. So anyway, yeah. She pulls the hard R. A lot of people have been speculating about this. It's becoming there's memes already about this girl. They're calling her the Subway Queen.
Yeah.
They've made pictures of her with a queen's crown on. It's hilarious.
Oh,
People are
I,
loving this girl.
Burger King guy.
I thought they were gonna
Yeah.
just put a sandwich in her hand. You know, get it?
Because I mean, it almost looks staged. A lot of people thought this was staged because it's so well shot and like the drama in it is perfectly done.
I don't know.
Body loaded up that.
So what's
hard.
happening is, as you could see, she's being yelled at by a group of people who are all black, of course. Well, no, I don't mean of course. I mean they're obviously black. No.
First immigrants.
Why is it obvious?
I mean, you know, if you look at them, they're black. That's what I mean. So prior to this, some argument happened on the train. The white girl is claiming that one of them actually assaulted her first, prompting her to get into a verbal altercation that was not first filmed. She's standing separately, getting ready to leave, and they're like kind of on a face-off, where obviously they're, you know, the group is looking threateningly at her, and she's just waiting to leave. Right? Mm-hmm. That's the claim as of now.
Somebody hit your nigga, you're supposed to beat their ass. Bye, bitch!
Go to the next
They
call.
carry around a song.
It's so well done. It's just even the shot.
They're really trying to open
Gets
that up.
me, you know.
Just a pack of wild hyena.
No. And I think I get the wrong one because I typed in Damien Chaos and the first thing that came up was some profile for Black Lives Matter. I don't think that's yours.
No, so listen, Wrangler, if you go on Comicsgator and you type in Carbon Heart, you'll find his Twitter.
Oh, sweet.
I think so. I think I put it there. Let me double check.
Yeah, dude. Her days are numbered in New York because
Yeah.
that cackling mob, like they won't stop until they get blood.
Well, exactly. I warned her, and she actually responded to me too. I said, "I know." Well, she has family out of New York State. I said, "Why don't you just go stay with them since you have family that live out of state?" And she's like, "What do you mean? I'm not in any danger." I'm like, "Your face is now known." Like, I don't know how.
You, ma'am, are Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, there's a bullseye on her back.
Not to mention, she lives in one of the New York boroughs.
Yeah.
Did you consider offering her a place to hide out?
You know, that thought crossed my mind, but unfortunately, that would be more trouble than it's worth, brother.
Because there's a huge tribal backlash with this. It's like we don't think of it like as white people because we don't think that way, but the black community, they think that. Like, oh, you called us this? Well, we're all gonna get you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's my point. It's unfortunate, but
Put it this way.
fact of life.
Okay, Frederick, I don't know, or the other guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but have you ever heard the sound hooty hoo? And do you know what it means?
Yeah.
yeah. So does all the black people. So you know what that means? It means come running. That's what that means.
Well,
next thing you know, you're surrounded.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is they're coward. They're what is it? It's like the Sand People from Star Wars. You know, they're cowardly people, but they'll come back in greater numbers. Like that's the problem is they never like whenever they're fought one on
I'm
one.
saying it, not bad tactics.
No, that's the thing.
It's actually pretty good, actually. Think about
It's a dishonorable like they're undeveloped. Like it's a primitive. Like you're basically dealing with cave people.
All right,
Well,
I disavow.
it's the local culture.
Yeah, I mean,
is the
but
problem.
even beyond that, a lot of people underestimate how easily you can end up dead because even if they don't need to have weapons. And I'm not just talking about in a racial thing. You get surrounded by 3 people
Oh yeah.
Once you're on the ground, right? All it
Yeah.
takes is a head kick
Yep.
or a head stomp.
Well, look at the
And-
Carmelo story that happened a year ago.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well that was a knife. But
Yeah.
you know, that's the thing. A lot of people underestimate how quickly you can end up dead because they say, "Oh, not everybody's a murderer. Not everybody has a knife or a gun." They don't need any weapons.
No, not at all.
You lose your balance and you're on the ground, you're pretty much gone.
Well,
Don't you love that episode of Archie Bunker where the girl's going, "Do you know how many people are killed by guns every year?" And Archie goes, "Would it make you feel any better, little girl, if they was all pushed out of windows?"
Yeah, well, like again, it's a primitive tactic because in most white cultures, when you knock somebody out, that's the end of the fight. You're done. But you'll see all these
but
videos.
we're
on
dealing
social media.
with they're dealing with the urban city culture.
Yeah, they're dealing with the primitive.
That's what it is. It's primarily the urban culture.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
urban
feral.
because I've seen plenty of city fights where it's just a bunch of white dudes brawling.
Yeah,
each other,
I've seen it
Irish
too.
brawling each other.
Well, the
It's-
thing is, there used to be something where as soon as one person's on the floor,
Yeah, it's
people
done.
would say, "Okay, the fight's over," because they'll come in literally and stop the guy from pouncing on him. You know what I mean?
That's a
Because
culture
obviously,
of respect and civility, and that's
Yeah.
you know, you have some forward thinking in that rationale.
Yeah, 'cause you can
I mean,
kill
you
the
get out in the boondocks. It's a little different because I've been in New Hampshire where I saw a couple white kids going at it, and the black kids showed up and said, "Hey, enough! That's done. It's done. You're done. Calm down before somebody gets hurt." So I mean,
Well, I'll
it's
tell you something,
primarily
man.
a city thing.
No,
but
it's primarily
been getting worse in recent years because what's been happening is because of the internet culture and urban culture and the music culture influencing kids. Now, white kids are like that too. It's
Yep.
no longer a racial divide. Now, all teenagers are acting like animals.
Well,
regardless.
it's a feminine thing. It's like back in the 80s and 90s when I was in high school, the best school fights you saw were the chick fights because the dudes
They're
would like
vicious.
the dudes would like hug each other basically, and then like somebody was in a headlock, and you might see like a broken nose or something. Like I remember one time we saw a broken arm or a broken collarbone or whatever, and it was like, oh man, that was amazing. The chick fights, dude, they had chicks from other schools that came in, and this one chick had to get pulled, like they had to pull her out on a gurney because this one chick like stuck her head in a locker and then repeatedly slammed her head into the locker, and somehow the locker got locked, like the top part of the locker slammed shut, and her head was wedged in there, and she was choking.
Yeah, women can be vicious, man.
That escalated.
But what happens though is because we have broken homes now and we've taken out men out of the parental equation, who are the honorable ones, who are like that black dude that's like, okay, that's enough, we're done. Guys can get in fights and then drink in the same day. They'd be like, they beat the shit out of each other and like, oh man, you really got me with that one. Yeah, I clipped you right in the and then they're drinking afterwards. Women hold grudges. Women do not understand that, like a fight ends when when it should end. And they've now pushed that into their kids. The whole urban thing is a very feminized thing of let's make this personal. That kid's gonna die. I'm not thinking 20 minutes into the future
And you
where,
can
oh my
see
god,
that-
I'm going to prison because this
like
guy's dead.
You can see that in hens. Like a rooster will go and one-on-one and fight until the problem's done. A bunch of hens get riled up and they will gang up and just utterly peck something to death.
There's a biological reason for it, though. And not to sound, back into my kind of misogynistic rants, but
yes,
it's true. There's a difference between men and women, obviously, and neurologically and socially, men, if back in the day, getting into fights, we instinctively in the back of our head are thinking, "Let me not kill this person," right? Because of the circumstances, we think a little ahead. We go, "Oh, we go to the same school. We might know the same families. What's going to happen after the fight, right?" So therefore, in the back of our head, we could stop ourselves and go, okay, I won the fight. And maybe after this, we can even become friends because it's in our best interest. With women, it would be, okay, I'll just murder this bitch. And
exactly.
It won't matter because I'll still be
I
able
think
to
it's
be...
also societal.
Either that or
because-
undercut the
Well, no, they'll be
reputation.
accepted by society.
No,
will
that's
be
like
accepted, men won't
women
be.
can kill somebody and in like enough time they'll be accepted back. A guy can't do that.
Exactly.
We have disciplined our men to be expectant with little forgiveness if they fall out of order. Women's the opposite. It's all their entire thing is essentially lie and manipulate to essentially survive each other for the most part. From what I witnessed.
Guys don't have frenemies, by the way.
No, we have enemies, and we just shut up around that one guy until he's gone because our other friends like him.
Yeah.
But right in front of you, we have comic books. I've heard about these things called comic book streams. So I thought we'd try it.
Talk about Caddy. Talk about some indie comic creators.
We were talking about comics as well.
For those of you who've been following, I've been covering Mad Cave Studios because they do produce essentially short-run independent comic books, and two of them we have here. One of them is a graphic novel I found for $6, which is Whispers of the Woods. We're going to tear into this momentarily. And 3 issues of a 5-issue series called Look Into My Eye that I've been checking out. It's a very beautiful comic, though it is. I don't know if it's fully woke, but it's definitely woke enough because it has all your characters. It's got your fat chick, your gay guy, your goth chick, your evil pretty princess. It's
That's
all
right.
in there. But it's also very beautiful.
I like The Expanse, the TV show The Expanse, and you can say that's woke, but it's still really good sci-fi. So
and so far it hasn't offended me enough to throw it out, though. I'm not buying directly. I'm not buying directly from the producer. I mean from the producers, because the creators, because frankly, if you're going to add in all this, I can imagine you probably cheered for Charlie Kirk's death. You'd probably cheer for my own. Ooh. So I'm not going to give you money, though I will buy your stuff on the side from other people if I am interested, but I'm not going to directly donate to those individuals.
That book is one that's on my radar. The art is really good. Yeah. Characters are beautiful, and it's got some original framing, as you can tell, like with the iPhone like right on the cover. But I'm on the fence. I'm waiting for James's review.
It's very beautiful. There's things I like about it, things I don't like about it. Obviously, the cliche things hold back from the story terribly, but we're going to tear into that second. First, we're going to get into this one because it's not going to be that long for this one. I got Post-its here to guide me because it's been about a week since I tore into this one. But this one was written by written and drawn by a girl who was very much a a web comics producer, and it feels very much like that. This is a web comic. First off, I was not really that impressed with most of the art. Like, this opening page kind of shows you what you're going to get with your dark colors. They're really dark.
I was going to say the opening page hasn't loaded yet, James.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of the dark colors are so dark you can't actually tell what's going on in the darker panels, but luckily there's not too many of those because it wastes way too much time with basic dialogue in this book. Now, the first opening pages I don't mind too much. I kind of like this.
What does that mean, waste time?
Well, because there's a lot you can do, but you're just you're not. It's not tight enough. If
it's all black,
it says a lot, but doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's enough racism.
This is actually a very interesting one. Right off the back, terrible transitioning start. You have this Transylvania, Romania opening right here. It's kind of hard to see because of the light. It says Transylvania, Romania. You have this opening sequence. So you think, all right, now we're in Transylvania, Romania. You are actually incorrect. We go to the comic book and you're in a completely different location.
What?
Dude's house in America, talking about backstory. We go from opening location to let me tell you about this backstory.
Establishing shot isn't even the what?
Yeah.
You're supposed to do the opposite. You start talking about it, then you show it, not the other way around.
So bad transitioning right off the back, which lends towards terrible pacing. This is another aspect of good comic book storytelling in general. Good pacing. Yeah, right? You don't want to waste your pages. You don't want to add in too much fluff because then it gets boring. You want to make sure that because in fact, if you add too much fluff, your climax has to hit even harder. Your climax doesn't hit that hard. I'm sorry, your fluff ain't going to help you. So go straight into backstory. And to say about this, it's all webcomic. Everything feels like I could have drawn it with enough effort. One thing it does do right that a lot of other comics, I say, have bad dialogue, don't do, is this uses lovely narrative boxes throughout to add in all the exposition. It keeps exposition roughly through narrative, through the little narrative boxes, instead of having your characters shit it out. But you can go ahead and see this lovely character artwork here. This is the amount of detail you're gonna get. It's not too bad, but it's not really much to write home. It's pretty mid. And that's pretty much we can say about a lot of this. But this next page really offended me a lot, particularly because it's this, our character is going to this place, and it's actually kind of creative. I like the idea of what they got going here. You have a single panel up here and showing where your character is headed towards, except up close, it's hard to see on this camera, but whoever did the lettering did a shitty job, because it looks like they quickly penned it in, and you can see the little scribbly marks in between, and it has this. If you look close enough, everything is just, look at the bottom of that book. All right, it's not lined up that well.
My God.
You look at the text here. Let's see if we can get the text back in line here. The text is horrifically done. It looks very, very janky. It's not straight at all on this book. And all of it, it's every word on this page offends me. It's terrible. Whoever did this particular page, because the general lettering, I don't think is that bad. I don't see those same issues there. Maybe it's too small for me to notice. Maybe it's too thin. Maybe that's the way they're used to writing, but it certainly ain't like this. All right, that doesn't look good.
Well, that looks handwritten as opposed to in the box that looks typed in.
I mean, is that the aesthetic that they're going for, though? I don't know.
I don't know. This makes me think otherwise.
Yeah.
Because this is supposed to be a general map that is encircled this location, that location. You could tell me somebody handwritten in every single location on a map and a stop. To me, I've seen maps like these. These are pre-filled out. And maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong. Either or, this still sucks, and it lends to me thinking this was not intentional. Now, I could be wrong, but once again, this kind of makes me wonder. That's all I'm saying about this page, is it's quite offensive. Luckily, this only cost me like $6 for the whole thing. So I
was going to ask you, why did you buy this?
$6.
Turd? It's this turd at the bottom.
And everything's kind of okay here. One thing I will point out, this is supposed to take place in Romania. It's written by someone from Romania, and it's like a Romanian legend brought to life. The story overall is pulpy. Mid is the best I can say about this book. The paneling is creative enough, but once again, nothing too much to write home about. Finally, you get a location shot, which actually the location you're at, so that's nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, here begins just a shit ton of talking and people being way too cautious, which kind of continuously breaks down the pacing of this comic. And of course, you get these. Look at that face. Like, I feel like that face is just undone. I feel like he needs a nose at least. Maybe it's the style. Maybe it's just not my style. Maybe that's it. But like I said, it feels very web comic, and it's just talk for so much aspects. And then he runs into this character who's supposed to be a little kid. But then once again, we're going to talk about characters' voices. They give this character the voice of like an ominous 30-year-old woman throughout this entire thing. And
who wrote this?
It was all by the same person at the end. It will show off her name and stuff.
An ominous 30-year-old woman.
Yes, that's what it kind of reads like. Like somebody who's semi hostile, semi not. Let me see what I wrote down this sticky. I don't remember what I put on this thing. Okay, I wrote down proportions. Oh yeah, the proportions are actually really off too. Like this guy's legs kind of feel like they're out of the scene when they're supposed to be sort of semi inside the scene here, and a lot of the characters' limbs come off just a bit too thin, and it's hard to see these background characters Now, I know you don't have to put too much detail into background characters, but those just feel sloppily done beyond belief. Like, you could try it a bit harder if you're not going to put too much detail in your foreground characters. But this is characters with a lot of thin limbs. This is a good shot here. This is one aspect that I kind of like, this very unique horror sequence here. This is not bad. I actually really thought about just ripping this page out, throwing away the rest of the book. I just still might.
I like that it spills into the previous page, like it's coming out from the page on the left, and then
it's good story. This is actually good storytelling right here. It's very much done, but this also lends us something about the bubbles. A quarter of these people are not speaking in English, which is fine, but when it comes to reading a book, if you're not going to translate what they say, you want to keep the foreign language to a minimum. But it's like the dialogue is in something I can't read, so I'm just staring at a bubble full of shit that I don't know.
So Bad Bunny wrote that? Is that what you're saying?
Probably. Like a majority of this is in a different language, and it's pretty annoying. Then you finally get back to the exposition. And overall, the book is basic. There's not much here. It feels like a pulpy story. Here's a nice shot here. You get some nice shots like this, which kind of like, you think for $6, not bad. All right. For $6, I could stare at that for a little while. Well, even not just for $6, but I'm trying to find the darker shots where here's where the character turns into a 30-year-old who's kind of like, let me lead you through this place and introduce you to somebody who has something to do with what's going on, but I don't really know it, getting it fully explained. But look at these dark panels here. These don't seem as dark on the freaking camera, nicely enough, but in real life, I'm looking at these, and it's a little hard to tell what this is. It's supposed to be some trees. This one took me a moment to actually notice that's actually like a freaking latch and a door. And I kind of have to squint to see what this is. I'm not fully sure. I think that's like a front of a house. But there's just, not enough contrast between a lot of these darker panels here, or I'm more wondering what I'm looking at rather than admiring the art. We get a hobo character that just shows up to die later. Overall, it's like it's such a throwaway book. For $6 for a one-time read to keep in your pocket, maybe. This looks kind of crazy, but I don't even remember looking at this initially. But this is where we start getting like sort of, not necessarily who's behind this, because you don't really get a full answer to this story. It's just sort of like wraps up quickly.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's the last page.
Is this selling in stores?
Is that how you draw focus to the stage?
I suppose that's how you do it. This is our writer right here. Her name is Anna Irukala.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah. I'm sorry, lady. If you can't pronounce my name, you have my full, you can make fun of me all you want. But
so wait a minute. The caricature of her has a face mask drawn on.
Yes.
Think about that for a second.
I thought that was like a huge smile or something.
The fucking cartoon version of her.
We just ruined Carbon's day.
Well, you don't want to catch carbon. You don't want to catch cartoon COVID, do you?
Mask. I thought it was a huge grin.
You do get some concept art, which is nice. Maybe that's worth the $6. It looks nice.
That's a red flag if I've ever heard one.
I know. Carbon pointed it out. Now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. When I first glanced at that, I just thought it was a wide smile. I was like, okay. But I'm like reading the text underneath, and I kind of like the pattern it's surrounded by. It's kind of nice to look at. I'll say this though. These black and white characters look better than the in color characters, which actually points to one thing that I've noticed is sometimes if your shit looks bad in color, it might look decent in black and white. And I kind of wish if it stayed in this original color, it could have been much more impactful than because like these look decent, but if you look at any of these characters in color, they don't look as detailed or as interesting, because they're just so bland and web comic-y. So this is a book that, it doesn't completely offend me, but it's something I'm not going to really pick up again. It's something I probably I'll be honest, I don't really feel like giving it away because the art's not that great and everything else is pretty mid. I might just throw it away.
No, don't put it in the trash. You should burn it.
Didn't you want to like rip them in front of the camera?
I did, but this is not that offensive. All right. Now, as you know, I have the most perfect and detailed rating system in the world. It is from -100,000 to 1 million. And this one I would say is probably 400,000 25.8, which is almost burnable, but it's more so just throw it on the ground. It's on the ground.
Okay,
on the
so
ground.
I've learned a lot about you right now, James.
Yeah.
I've just learned a lot about you.
I'm not picking it up either. I'm staying there for the rest
Before
of the
you
stream.
move on to the next treasure that you have there, I have breaking news that I want to update you guys on.
Let's do this.
I just had an epiphany, or I came to a realization. I cracked the case of what I was showing you guys earlier. So that subway
The
video,
Subway, you mean? Yeah.
yeah,
It's really the Subway one.
yeah. Well,
You're
here's the
making a
thing.
comic book, aren't you?
Here's the important information that I discovered. It turns out that this video was filmed about 2 months ago,
Oh, interesting.
right?
The algorithm.
And when you think about, if you consider it being staged, Frederick, I'm pulling it up again so if we can take a look at it one more time.
Yeah.
Here is some new information I've just discovered. The video was filmed 2 months ago, but yet it was just uploaded now, right? So that's questionable. It's being filmed by someone who supposedly does not know this girl, right?
Yeah.
Why would they wait 2 months? And now, just yesterday, a crypto coin was created for this girl.
Oh, shit.
Subway Queen.
Smart.
Queen coin.
Crypto cash sign $sign Subway on the website Bag. I don't know if you
So
heard
this
of it.
is viral marketing. Like
She has been sharing on her own page that she's making money now. She's been updating saying, "I just made $3,000 today."
She's the
Right?
Hawk Tour girl. Hawk Tour.
It's viral. It has to be viral marketing. If you watch the video again, and now I'm almost sick to my stomach. It's like the end of The Usual Suspects when he drops the coffee mug, right?
Yeah.
When he finds out that was Mumbles, or what was his name, is the Kobayashi or
Kobayashi.
Kaiser Soze. Kaiser Soze. He drops the
Kaiser
ball.
Soze.
Look, it's too well done.
Yeah.
The video is too well done. Look, don't be someone's Subway story. Happens to be the ad in the back. Don't be someone's Subway story.
How meta.
This is fucking. Here's my theory. The
Okay,
guy
yeah.
filming this knows her. It was staged.
Yeah, here before
Dude.
we begin.
So
Look at
this
that black guy's face there. He's looking at y'all like, you for real.
So what we're getting out of this is the universal truth that everything is fake and gay.
Almost.
Correct.
My comic book reviews are real.
Yeah.
Analyze it a little further. These girls probably know her as well as the guy filming.
You're about to
got
let us
paid.
stay at your house.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is the racist in me, but generally they don't stand 10 feet away from you when they start their hyena tackling, when they start
Yeah.
dogpiling on you.
That's a good point. They tend to get in your face.
Now
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Somebody hit your nigga, you're supposed to beat their ass. Bye, bitch.
The narrative makes no sense.
Bye, bitch.
Look, this girl is telling this guy that if someone hits your N-word, you should hit them back. This dude, I could tell he's not even involved. He has a
Nope.
smug smile. He's enjoying the show.
Yep.
So this girl's making up a narrative
Yeah.
that didn't even happen.
He's just watching the chimp out.
Where's
Yeah.
his angle?
These people have no idea what's happening.
Bye, bitch.
Right?
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
Podcast. On to the next call.
Okay?
Oh, shit.
She's incredibly comfortable with the maneuver. Well done. And now the turn of the camera is perfect. He's in a perfect position to get them smashing on the door. She doesn't really look angry if you think about it. She doesn't really look like she's trying. It looks like she's faking trying to open the door.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Man,
I cracked the fucking case.
Yeah, your autism,
Yes,
your autism
baby.
is fucking shining. I love it.
Holy shit.
Zoom in, enhance, Carbon. Zoom in.
I should have been a detective.
Back
man.
and to the right.
I should have been a fucking detective.
That's not too late. It's not.
Yeah,
too
this
late.
is the New York version of the Zapruder films. Like,
Back to the right.
Frederick, you got a new villain for your comic series, the Shitcoin Girl.
yes, yeah, she's the ultimate foil because she's creating her own competitive.
Well, the shitcoiners are definitely villains in the book, so you could look
Yes.
forward to episode 2. Look into my eyes. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one, and kind of like not looking forward to it as well.
Uh-oh.
Because I fell in love with the art when we looked through it on the website a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I'm considering buying it. So there's a collection of first 4 issues that's coming out.
You can buy it pretty cheap on the secondhand market. I'm not sure about Canada. You know, you got to look at your.
Well,
local market
it's coming
there.
out in March on Amazon, so it's going to be like $24 for 4 issues with no shipping with Prime. So it kind of depends on what we're going to see here tonight, because I know
Yeah.
the art's beautiful.
Oh.
That's what gets me.
It does really great visual storytelling
Yeah,
as well. That's not just facial reactions and shit.
it's not just good; it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
One thing I also noticed a lot of comics don't do is they don't say, "Look." It seems like a lot of characters just like to say shit when you can just point to something and draw it. But right off the back, you actually get really beautiful freaking art. Or I should say, actually, a lot of the comics I've read. Not that a lot of the comics don't do that. That just wasn't. But right off the back, you actually get this really beautiful piece that kind of just screams this very disgusting vibe going on and sort of highlights what you're going to get, because everything clearly revolves as you follow these panels around this person looking at their cell phone, and then all these eyes looking back at the bottom panel here, which is really well done. Like, that's the kind of visual storytelling that I dig. And of course, you have minimal dialogue, which I think is more suggestive in nature, which is very good to use, is suggestive dialogue.
And there's glops of ink on the page. Like,
Yes.
it looks like the inking was messy on purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the paintbrush at it.
Yeah, so right off the back, it's actually very captivating, and it starts off with this girl going missing all of a sudden, as it seems like something. She drops her phone into the freaking into this disgusting toilet, and you get this really lovely shot I like of the hand reaching in with the eyeball. Once again, really great visual storytelling across.
Huge symbolism. In this
Exactly. And that's what I really like about this one, is a lot of symbolism. Even when she goes missing, you have these very red and explosive panels, and it goes to the bottom where you just have the red water there. See,
You know,
that's the shit that I like.
It reminds me of that scene in Sin City where there's like a turd in the bowl and you don't see the turd at first.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll be back real
Just
quick.
kidding.
Just a second.
Hey, good storytelling is good storytelling.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm just
Exactly. And they do a good job here getting this whole, like, I guess what I would call digital vibe going on throughout it, because it is set in the modern day, I believe. I didn't see a particular year on it, but one thing I will say right off the back, this one also suffers from writer's voice. This is written from the perspective of our totally not woke character here, where she is a conspiracy theorist that runs a fan magazine on a small island. So right off, I like the setting. I kind of like what we're going here with the characters, a bit more of a unique take on a modern day sort of high school girl, conspiracy theorist running her own fan magazine. All right, that's nice. That's refreshing. But the downside is all the characters do not really have their own voice, and they are all written from somebody who hasn't been in high school in 20 years.
At
Because
least he doesn't have a nose ring.
you have characters in this book that will say shit like OMG in all seriousness. And it just shit like that. It's like, dude, like that was cringe to say when I was in college in 2010. And there's just a lot of that older person who clearly does not know how high schoolers talk through here. But other than that, dialogue wise, I really don't have much to write home about, negatively speaking. It's pretty decent, but this also showcases one of the gimmicks that this is going for. If you pay close attention where my thumb is, that is a QR code. In this thing, it hides particular story beats behind QR codes or suggestive beats like this one, because this is an ad. You're supposed to scan it and it brings up an image for you to scroll through. Some of them are actually really cool and really great in the story, but I wish they were actually in the book where I can physically hold it. And after a while, it gets annoying to like say, oh, okay, where did I leave my phone? Because I got to see this. Oh, it's on my desk over there on the other side of the room. Let me go up, go there. And then read the next issue or in the same issue. It's like, oh, I left it at my desk, or it's put down the comic books, go over there. You don't want to put down your comic book while reading one. You want to continue to read. I don't like this gimmick here of the QR codes. I get it, what they're doing.
Might have worked for one thing, like one Easter egg maybe in the
Yes, but it's in every issue at least twice. Every issue at least twice. And some of the stuff, like I said, behind it is really actually fucking good. But guess what? I can't really show you that without pulling out my phone and scrolling through my phone in front of you, because it's not in the comic book. And the good shit I want to be in here, most importantly. So QR codes, not a fan of the QR codes. Leave it at home. Like Frederick said, maybe for once, maybe as a nice ad on the back for somebody to scan, or in the front, somewhere for here to scan. People get a little taste what you mean. But to actually lend to the overall story, not a fan. Nice experiment. Leave it at home.
I'm trying to incorporate QR codes in advertising, like physical media. I'm going to send out
for ads. I think is good, to be honest. I'm okay with fun little ads like that, because this entire one right here, they also put a fake ad in for their version, which I believe, because the whole thing is like everybody signing up to a new social media platform called Knock Knock. It makes me, I wonder what that's inspired by. This is an ad for the social media platform Knock Knock, and of course it's got a QR code there for you to scan. And this is where you start. This is where you start. Yeah, like here, this makes sense. That's okay, and it is.
That's fun.
But when you start getting into it, you'll have these moments where a character on screen will be, oh my God, looking at their phone with the QR code for you to scan your phone to see what they're looking at their phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a good piece of media incorporate the use of smartphones yet, because it's such it breaks up the story and the narrative too much to have people looking at their cell phone.
Especially for a comic book. Like, I get it if you're already looking at your cell phone. Good, but I'm not.
And then it ends up just looking like this book exactly. There was another book by James Tynion that came out. I was curious about, called World Tree, and it's kind of cyberpunky. It tries to incorporate like this kind of dystopian future where everything's digital, everyone's hooked into their phone. And then I opened it up and I'm like, this just looks exactly like this book, where it's just like a bunch of young people hanging out. That's what it looks like.
Very much. This one is young people hanging out, because of course they're trying to show the lives of modern day, like, freaking Gen Zers and shit. And it is mostly them sitting around looking at phones, smoking pot. They're not really the most interesting generation to explore. And this book really doesn't. It explores that, obviously going towards the mental health aspect of addiction to phones, which is literally the only thing that's the entire generation's got going on for them, interesting wise. But I'd say that it does a good job here, where I like how it uses the bubbles mimicking messages, going back and forth with a change of color, while this character does this lovely time lapse in their room where they're getting their fangazine ready. But then but like you said, it's mostly like the characters are uninspiring and boring. Right here, you got your character that I think supposed to be trans. They don't say so, but it's very much a female that looks like a dude. I didn't know it was a chick until they told me. And then you have a basic back and forth it's actually not bad. It's a decent back and forth and an okay study about how you can do it to an acceptable degree of adding in information of these characters, essentially just telling the audience about one another. It's done decently, but of course it's not masterful. It's nothing really to write home about, but I've just read so much that it's done terribly that it feels like it's something I can write home about. It feels like something I can look at. And they actually got a decent panel layout here using a lot of visuals that sort of show you what you're going to get, which is a lot of that modern day cell phone screen type vibe. I'm not sure what the exact name of it is. It's not really like, is it Digipunk? I'm not sure what necessarily, but it's throughout the entire book. And as it goes, it actually improves and starts to look better. But right here, I think that a lot of the browns, the darker colors are actually quite ugly. But I think that's supposed to kind of symbolize the dreariness of it all. And of course, they're here talking about, once again, the more boring aspects of a story. When you think about villains, this is centered around conspiracies. So you have this big corporation who lives on the island who's giving everyone free Wi-Fi. That alone basically is just a gigantic red alert. Pay attention. And then you just kind of get the high school shots, them going back and forth. None of it's that bad. I actually say it's one thing about these issues, and this may just be me, but it's got a lot of panels, and it's got a lot of small, cramped up panels as it goes along. Not really, this is the best display for it to showcase that, but as it goes, it feels a bit cluttered after a while. It's okay to have a few pages where they are kind of cluttered. You got a lot going on, a lot of dialogue boxes, a lot of just fast-paced storytelling, but after a while it's nice to kind of just have something good to look at that's taking up a majority of the space. And this one doesn't do too much of that. As you see, it's just continuously going, a lot of characters, a lot of this one's finally kind of sticking to a location. For a moment I was really pressed from one location to the other, where it felt like it needed to slow down a little bit for my taste. But overall, art wise, panel wise, it's pretty good. For me, slightly cluttered. That could be my own personal taste. Maybe it's not.
You're right about that.
I was noticing that too, though. A lot of them are kind of busy.
Very busy.
Yeah,
the
so
composition
it's pretty much
doesn't
a
look
teen
like it's
drama
well.
overall, then, right?
So what was that?
Go ahead, Carbon.
Oh, about the cluttered comment, I agree, because the last few pages we've looked at, I would say that the composition does not look planned out for the whole page.
Yeah,
it doesn't really flow visually in any direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your eye doesn't really move in any coherent direction.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I do like the use of negative spacing on the background, but that's also something that this one does good, but other comic books I've noticed kind of have an issue with, was when they have too much of just a solid color background. This one's actually pretty good with that. They actually populate their backgrounds to a decent degree, but that also kind of lends to the cluttering, which it can be a negative effect if, like you said, your paneling is not really correctly done or planned out beforehand. I do like their choices of color in this regard, in between panels when you get in this nice little action sequence here. But once again, like, you're introduced to all these characters. You have two male characters that are both Hispanic, and they both kind of speak Spanish every now and then. And I get them confused constantly if it wasn't that one of them was dating a particular character compared to the other. So story-wise, very modern-day high school, which means it's kind of boring. Artistically speaking, it's nice, very cluttered. There's a lot to look at, particularly in the background. If you scan the backgrounds, you're going to be rewarded with a few things, which is always good. The ones that's particularly shine is more of these digital ones down the road. These are the ones I stare at more than the, let's say, this page right here, which is very much the general, exterior of characters walking around and them in their world. It's very ugly, very drab, that it gets a little tiresome compared to these nicer, brighter vibrant colors, which I suppose is a great outlook in between the two. But as a reader, this one just gets a little old after a while. And
well, the drab colors,
mhm.
I agree with, but I think they're interesting. I actually like it because it implies like a post-apocalyptic kind of lifestyle where everything's just kind of rotten and dying.
Yeah.
That's
Though
what it
is shown that it's basically the opposite. It's like a nice, small, little dreary town. That
sounded like Carbon said "puss-apocalyptic," and I thought
post-apocalyptic.
It's gonna blow.
The issues. This is probably like the most simplest issue. You start getting crazier shit like this that starts popping up. That's decently done. And once again, I think right here we get one of our QR codes. It's either on this page or a previous page, but it doesn't. Yeah, here it is. Characters kind of showing what you're saying. What I said, where this character's saying, "Oh my god, this." Then QR code. Scan this, so that way you can see what he's looking at.
so they're actually pronouncing a QR code.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just a giant QR code in the bubble.
Now, I see what you mean about you don't want to stop and look at it, because you're reading a comic. But I like the idea what they're going for because it fits the overall theme. Perhaps they did it once an issue, and it's one of those things you don't have to look it up to get the context right then and there. It's something you can go back and look at later on without having to interrupt the original read. That wouldn't be so bad.
I kind of did something like that with my book where we've got people speaking a weird ass language, and you don't need to understand the language. It's like the Star Wars effect with R2-D2 and Chewbacca and shit.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, you don't have to like stop the story, go to an external source and run the translation or like look at it something else. It's literally like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll go back to it later. Like,
I am Groot.
Now, this is what I'm talking about here. We don't get enough of these lovely splash pages in this one because I think there's so much great visual storytelling throughout this. You got the American flag behind them. You got all this junk in the background. The light is dimming, and you have this giant tower that we were explained earlier is from that mysterious company that moved on the island some years ago and gave everybody free Wi-Fi.
Is that a cityscape in the background?
Yeah.
It was crazy because that's actually something. It's like it shows a cityscape, but when we're introduced to it, it's very much a small island. It's like a small island, so that's kind of an iffy one there. But overall, everything else I kind of like. It made me want to check out the next issue, which is what a good book should do. But also what it does is it doesn't actually land on the greatest of climaxes. This page alone made me want to pick up the next issue is that deciding factor because the overall story is basically this character is interested in the disappearance of the girl we saw in the front and nothing revelatory has happened in this issue other than her at this moment reinforcing that same notion she gave us about 10 pages ago.
Like the writer figured out, I'm at the end. I better give him some reason to come back.
Yeah.
No,
I'll tell you what this book is. Have you seen the TV show Lost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mystery box.
Yeah, they're making it up as they go along.
Basically Lost, but in high school with cell phones.
Kind of.
Dude,
well,
no, show the chick on the front. So that chick on the front or the one that disappears in the opening is not the same chick as the chick in the back?
No.
Okay, so that's a character design problem. Well,
so?
maybe not there. Maybe not there. Okay, I thought it was the chick on the cover.
No, it's not this. That's our main character.
Yeah, well,
okay.
Japanese style anime, like they all look confusingly the same.
And of course,
but
by the end of this one, you got your love. No, I think it's the next one. You get a love triangle. This one, you at least set up your gay characters and your overweight characters. Second issue is where it sort of starts to pop off.
We're losing your audio there.
Yeah, you're roboted.
Okay, sorry. Is that better?
Yep.
Second issue is where it starts to pop off. I like their splash pages. This is the thing. They put a lot of detail into their panels, but then they put way too much panels on one page for the amount of detail they put in. Like if they had more of these, that would be great because this is freaking amazing. I love how I can just scan this page, pick up all the separate little pieces of the wordings of these people who've gone missing. It's actually been 3 separate characters that have gone missing, but this is the kind of shit that I like, but it doesn't have enough of this.
Well, I think there's too much dialogue on that one. Like
There's
It's
also
like-
a lot of dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Well, this
like
looks
I'm getting
kind of teen
exhausted.
drama-ish, which means a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now another thing that rewards, because like they put a lot of detail, rewarding your readers. This is an actual bike that exists in real life, which actually is the reason I picked it up. Was when I first flipping through the pages, like, oh, I know that bike. That means that they actually put some time and effort into some of the shit right there. That's the Honda Ruckus. That's a Honda Ruckus, which is pretty nice. Though I don't think they put too much detail because later on they're like, slow down where they're driving it. A Honda Ruckus top speed is 30 miles an hour.
Honda Ruckus.
Yeah.
Wait, it's Uncle Ruckus?
Yeah, Honda Ruckus. It's a very fun mini bike that's very popular for riders. This is where they're telling them to slow down, where I notice it's actually a Honda Ruckus, which is what I like there. Like, that's nice.
You see, this is the kind of comic. I mean, yeah, the artwork is well done. There are things I like about it. The color palette is interesting, but so many of the pages are homogenous in terms of it's like, you know, there's no action. It's not really that dynamic. It makes me think, like, why is this even a comic? You know, like if I'm going to be seeing the same kind of thing for most of the book,
It does feel more like a show I'm watching than
a
reading
TV
comic.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is a Netflix pitch deal.
It kind of comes off that way. Not bad for the comic. Once again, you got yourself another QR code ad.
Yeah.
You have at least one QR code ad in every issue. Gets annoying.
Yeah.
And then let me get to the action. Okay, here's when the action starts. This is when we start getting some of our action sequences here.
Squid
And
monster.
You get a lot of squid
tentacle
monsters. This is when the
Rip them
interesting
apart.
stuff starts happening. This is when you start finding out that people, the students, are like dripping ooze from their eyes and stuff. That's where the whole, black ink stains come from. But then the adults are turning into these monsters and hunting down the students. So there is this and they do throw this one aspect in here, which is another constraint on the story because it gets cliche. They talk about, on the island, there's a curse where Christian settlers killed witches and witches cursed the island. Nothing, it's very cliche, comes out of nowhere, and it doesn't necessarily seem like it fits the overall.
It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't really do anything. It sounds like a sore thumb. We've already said that we have a big evil corporation on the island. Now we're dealing with a curse, or is that just like, are you just trying to screw with us a little bit?
No, it looks like and I could be wrong in this because this is like I'm putting my writer's yarmulke on, but it looks like the evil corporation or whatever is hypnotizing its users into hallucinating things.
Yes. There's go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, James, go ahead.
I was going to say there's a clear reference, like a blatant reference to MK Ultra in the third issue. I will point out that I do like how they draw these monsters where they have like this little bit of a digital haze to them and across the characters. I enjoy that. That.
It looks kind of like that thing Otter was dealing with in that game he was playing yesterday.
Chromatic aberration.
Yes, yeah.
But I think I cracked it because my detective radar went off about what the point of this book is.
Yeah.
This is Japan's revenge against America for the atomic bomb in World War II.
It's possible.
Johnny
That's what
Simone?
the story of this book is.
Japanese
I'm glad you said that. I was afraid you were going to say this is another crypto scam.
It might also be that, but
it was written. Put it over here at the top. It was written by Ruben Francisco and Segal El Torres, some Japanese guys.
Really?
well, those are Spanish names, though.
Yeah, I know.
Hola.
Spanish Japanese guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, but
Hey,
they've been corrupted
Korean
by manga, is what's happened.
exactly. Which you may or may not like my current stance this year, which is no Asian shit when it comes to like comic book consumption.
No need.
Not for a year.
Oh, wait a minute. You see, now we're going to become friends, James.
I've always leaned more towards Western stuff, primarily through pride. But you know what? I got to represent. This is where I'm from. So this is where we find out that a bully on the internet's actually just a fat chick who's like our main character.
That checks out.
Yeah. And then once again, we have our ad in the front there.
Oh,
yeah, and then this is where they're finding out that everyone across the island is dealing with this, and this is where it's either this issue or the previous issue where they had the QR code. I scanned it, and it's this lovely comic strip of all these different people who are supposed to be like what do you call it? Influencers, you know, a band of girls who are in front of a camera, a guy sitting alone at his computer talking to the chat, and then one by one they all either end up dying or get assaulted by monsters or start like puking black stuff, and it's so well done that I wanted it in print, and I'd like to show it to you guys, but I'd have to find the QR code and scan it to do so.
Well, yeah, I think you just illustrated a big problem though with these, this multimedia approach.
Yeah,
like it's got a dependency where will this comic still have a working QR code in 20 years from now?
Ooh, yeah, that's what I was wondering too. This is also where I think these two guys are gay.
Just by looking at them.
Not only that, but when they're introduced, like one of them says, "Oh, what is your bromance over?" So I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's another problem with this book. There's no testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. Where's the fucking balls?
And then,
it's all depressive women and boys who look
Between
like
those
girls.
two guys.
I think this is the one where we find out everybody across the world is just like, I don't know. It's another QR code.
They're all trans, pretty much.
Almost, except for her. She's the straight girl with the boyfriend, but she's evil.
Of course.
Now, this is one thing that ends me. Like the only thing I'd say probably might not be completely woke is this is our gay character, and he's about to die. So,
oh, that's good.
Yeah, and this is where we find out our fat character has telekinesis.
Our fat character.
Yeah.
Did she teleport the Twinkies in there?
That's what I was going to say, Chris.
Our fat villain.
Yeah.
That's why she's fat. All the food comes to her.
Dude, I hope when the Netflix gets this adaptation, they make the Bionic Woman or the $6 million man sound effect when the Twinkies float out of the refrigerator into her mouth.
And this is where we also find out she's supposed to be taking medication, and right here it says it says MK Ultra on this bottle right here.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right, fuck this book, dude. This is so easy. Like, it's so hacky. Like,
I do like the monster
conspiracy theorist thing. Oh,
Yeah.
let's throw in MK Ultra in here.
Yeah.
Lord.
Well, they never called it MK Ultra when they were performing it either.
Well, they didn't write that on the fucking medicine.
This is also something
Yeah.
else that's kind of weird. I don't know what happens to the male characters. Like, they run into these hazmat suit guys, and one of our male characters gets tased. And then the other one, they run into this bestial creature that ends up killing the straight woman, biting her in half right here at the bottom. Yeah, and which is okay. I like that actually. Like I'd wear that as a t-shirt.
And the art's getting cooler too, though. Yeah, there's like fiery shit going on.
Yeah, that's why when it starts picking up and we get away from all that drama shit, this picks up. I'm like, yeah, I want to know what's going to happen next because it's looking good. But this guy, he gets knocked the fuck out of frame. That's what's happening to him here. And then he never comes back again throughout the rest of the comic. She kills it with a blow to the head. Pretty easy blow to the head. So a little anticlimactic there. But this is a nice freaking death shot. Her standing over it and then going crazy out at the bottom. That's nice. That's fun. See, this is where they start to actually excel. And as you can see, it's like we're getting wider shots here, man.
Yeah.
This is where it starts looking good. And so, like, I might pick up the next issue if it keeps looking like this, but it's not going to be a story that I'm taking too seriously. This is where after Fat Friend kills her own mother, who's wearing one of these suits, she, I guess, takes her mother's body out of the suit and wears it, and then saves her. Says, "Yeah, you can come with me," yada yada, and then it ends right there with them kind of walking off. I think they find something out. Oh yeah, they just hug.
Are they
Like he's hugging his fat girlfriend.
Maybe
You're like
what
a
company
big fluffy
published this?
pillow.
this
Who
is
published
Mad
it?
Cave, but the reason I like ordering from them is because these are actually creator driven. So they essentially see a creator who has that pitches a comic, and then give them some cash to produce 5 issues. So these are primarily creator driven. I have gotten stuff from them that is.
Oh, so it's going to be a mini series of just 5
5-issue miniseries. Yes,
Yeah,
they
okay.
do have
Yeah,
longer.
this is a Netflix pitch.
Yeah,
It's very Stranger Things also.
very Stranger Things.
There was some images of guys in hazmat suits. You got the, the otherworldly breaking in.
Well, not to go full weeb or anything, but the reason why I brought up the thing about the cell phone social network was brainwashing them or programming them is that was already done in Japan, the Digital Devil Saga, the Shin Megami Tensei. So I hate the fact that George, no, what was it? God, what the hell's his name? The hero of 1,000 faces. You know, basically Campbell was right. Like every story's already been told.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, that's true. But then some things are a lot more.
But not every story's been told by me yet.
Some things are a lot more obviously derivative than others, where you can see like this looks like something that just came out in the last 10 years. You know?
Speaking of derivative, this is the James Bond derivative.
There you go. From the same company.
Mad Cave.
Yes.
Well, that one's got some girth to it.
Yeah.
It's a big fat book. It didn't cost too much. I think it cost $25, something like that. The women look hot. It looks.
No, this looks good, dude.
This looks good. I haven't read it yet, so I can't comment on the story. The art, the design is good. The art is spectacular.
I've read a few of the opening pages. The dialogue's actually not that bad.
Hell yeah.
It looks European, not just in the style, but in the proportions. See, the pages never go all the way down or all the way up.
Yeah.
So this, to me, says that this was drawn in the European format and they shrunk it down for comic book size.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, the proportions are off.
Well, not her proportions are right on.
Yeah, yeah. If that was for an A4, it would be perfect for the. Well, yeah. Okay, I missed the boobs, but
so the proportions that count are proportional.
Yeah, giggity.
And
wow, look at that, dude! Look at that right. Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah.
That's like almost. That's like a. Okay, I almost made myself sound like a Philistine, but like that's like Mobius like detail.
Yeah,
like
so
I want to. I'm getting lost on that.
The perspective is Mobius there. Yeah, you're on that. Yeah,
sweet.
I think
There's
so.
even a little bit of zipatone here, like in the ink. Like it's hard to see on screen. You can't see it, but in print, during the inking phase, he put some zipatone for the shadows. Like that's fun. It's very comic booky.
Wow.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I took a shot with this.
Look at that.
And I'm looking
It's
forward
like
to
John
reading it.
Hamm.
The cars are
He
very
does.
realistic.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
He does look like John Hamm.
What got me back into comics was a shitty James Bond book that was woke. I was like, this pisses me off. Like, we can't let comic books die. I can't stand by and not be drawing comics when they're making shitty fucking woke books. So that's kind of what got me back into making comics again. So seeing this to me is like the successor to James Bond. It's like you don't have to be called James Bond to be a good James Bond book. You know. Like
When did this come out, Frederick?
let me check the date. They got an ISBN. 2023.
So this is a really new book.
Yes, that is new. Yeah,
Yeah.
the art is fucking nice, man. Like it's visually pleasing.
They print their stuff in India. Interestingly enough.
What was that?
It said printed in India.
Interesting.
Well, you know,
Yeah, I've never heard
you can't be perfect, you know.
Yeah. Sorry, do not redeem.
No, for sure. But
As
I've
long
never
as they didn't step on it before they put it in the boxes.
Look at this, dude. This
Every
guy's,
page was smeared.
this guy's got the moves, man.
Hey, heterosexuality. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, this is everything that modern art or modern corporate media isn't allowing us to see.
I have to rub off the testosterone that's getting on my drawing table. I might leave it a
this
little
is-
bit.
Yeah, exactly what we need.
I'll leave the
Nice.
testosterone on the board.
Boobies.
It'll seep
Oh,
into
hold on.
my-
You got nipple there, man. Careful.
Los nipples.
Oh
Frederick.
yeah, don't look at this, guys, because this is not supposed to be on YouTube. Don't like zoom in or blow it up.
I'll be in my bunk.
Yeah, look away from the screen, guys.
Damn.
All right, none of you are looking at this. Okay.
Oh, it's weird. The number of likes you have on this stream just suddenly went up. I don't know why.
We got a lot more viewers now too.
Yeah.
I think we found the key. So it looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to need to read this. Look, just the buildings are absolutely detailed and realistic, but they're not realistic in a fucking 3D asset bullshit way.
No, it doesn't look like somebody traced something. Yeah.
You know? It's
And you
just
notice, by the way, stuff like this does not get heavily advertised or promoted for the very fact that it is hetero, it is based, right? And you don't hear about it.
And I will
You
say
know,
though
like-
that this company did promote this book as like something closer to a flagship, because I think this one just came out as a graphic novel. There's no singular issue, so they definitely promoted this one pretty good.
No, I'm talking about like in terms of
In general,
mainstream heavy promotion, like, you know, even movies too. Like there have been some movies that have been made where it's like the promotional campaigns were tiny, and it turns out they were based movies.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like stuff like the Terminal List on
Oh
Amazon
yeah.
Prime.
I've only seen the first season, but it was
The
pretty
Sound
good.
of Voice of Freedom or whatever. That
Yeah, Sound of Freedom, and
Yeah.
even actually, you know what was not too bad? Uncharted, the Uncharted movie
Yeah,
with
Really?
Tom Holland.
Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason they didn't really push that too heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan has a good point. He likes the use of colors on this page. Look at the beautiful colors on here.
Yeah.
I think that was from like half an hour ago, though.
Doesn't matter, Carmen. It's still relevant.
Just looking at those perfect use of pink in the areola.
Oh, so I have some good news. I just got all of the finals with dialogue and everything. So
Nice.
Oh,
yeah, I'm excited.
man.
I
Are you
haven't
going to
gone
be
through it
doing
yet.
a launch, something special?
I want to make sure that I have 100 signups first. So
Nice.
and I'm at like, I think I'm at 20 or 18. I'm at 18.
Drop the link.
Oh.
Drop the link.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
get those
yeah.
numbers up.
Let's get some signups from people watching.
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
do it. What
Sure.
are you
Nice.
using for the signups, Aaron?
I'm using MailChimp.
Okay, cool. and then fund my comic for the campaign.
Yes.
Do I have your campaign on Comicsgator yet? I don't think so.
Looks good.
I haven't got on it yet and really took advantage of it. So,
Okay.
but it is on my to-do list. In fact, tomorrow, me and Chris will be going through and I'll be updating some stuff. So
I'll
like
do I'll
live.
do it live tomorrow with you guys.
Okay.
Also, you know, I was
Hey,
actually
Skills
gonna,
Incorp's Comics.
I was
Hey.
going to review a separate book tonight that was called Far Down Below. I actually showed it off a number of times because I was really enjoying the book. It was almost like Jules Verne, Center of the Earth meets The Goonies if it was written by Shane Black in his prime. But then it was really, really good. Suddenly, because you're just following these two best friends that are like 12 years old who fall down this, this tunnel they didn't see, and now they're dealing with these underground creatures, and they're running into people, and they're like big ass dinosaurs underground. And then in the third issue, or is it the third or the fourth? It was the fourth issue. I'm enjoying the shit out of it, and suddenly one of our 12-year-old boys confesses his love for the other 12-year-old boy.
Oh,
And I literally took all 5 issues and threw them in the garbage. I didn't even read the final.
What you got to do though next time is you got to light them on fire. Don't just throw them in the garbage. You have to burn them. Because someone might actually get their hands on it. You never know.
Yeah,
the bird.
Comic by Magnus Hirschfield.
For a moment there, I was almost like, you know what? Maybe I just got to find a different comic book company. There's too much of these gay shit. It's actually where I sent Frederick an idea of mine, and as a joke, but completely seriously. I would love to see comics with a little symbol in the corner that says LGBT plus free, as in you're not going to get any woke garbage in this comic.
Yeah.
No.
So we gotta make it like a hetero symbol, where it's like a male symbol of a man.
I got a
like
hetero symbol
penetrating
for
a
you right
woman.
here, Carmen.
Ooh, hey now.
See, my thing is like, you know, there's
There we go.
like, it's not that I don't want the gay stuff or whatever. Like they can enjoy that shit all, but like I'm about options. I'm not about taking shit away. I'm about like adding shit, and it bothers me that like all the stuff that we've enjoyed has been co-opted by shit we don't want to see.
Yeah, because
You
it
know
was
what I mean?
a really great book, and this comes out of nowhere and just hinders the story and has to do with nothing. And at the end, I don't care anymore. I'm sorry, you just gayified characters.
Dude, it was like the end of Stranger Things. Remember that? The last episode of Stranger Things.
Because I
I'm a poo pirate. Yeah,
They have a intervention while literally the world is being destroyed outside.
Yeah.
And one of the main characters from this first season, I don't like girls. I'm sorry.
But,
Look at that.
My
That's a
thing
good
is it's like if people like that shit, like more power to them. But don't mess up the other stuff. You know what I mean?
You know what's
like,
so funny? Even SNL made fun of that scene.
Yeah.
Where everyone was like,
oh,
we
so
don't-
cringe.
Well,
Hey,
SNL
Fred,
does
okay.
also,
But
but even they
Okay.
made fun of that where they're like, nobody gives a shit, dude. Like, why
Well,
are
and
you?
it felt like if you ever, if you grew up in the 80s, you remember the after school specials, right? And that's
Yeah.
what it felt like. It felt like an after school special
Little
about
PSA.
some dude coming
Well,
out, you know?
Not only that, but it was anachronistic because this was at the height of the AIDS or the grid pandemic,
Yeah.
And not only that, but like the AI, somebody made a joke AI version that was more accurate.
I
Where,
like
like
that
Sid
one.
Wolfhard's like, dude, gross.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
would have
saw that.
really reacted in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, actually, somebody needs to splice that with the Sopranos intervention with Christopher, the drug intervention, where they all start beating the shit out of him.
Was that Geraldo in that panel?
Okay, so
It
these
looks
are the
like a good book.
creators, Carbon. You got Steven DeBerg, writer, Dan Panosian, artist.
Oh, yeah,
so this is
Panosian, I know him.
Panosian.
You
Yeah.
know him?
Well, I know, of him.
I know his stuff. I don't know him
Yeah.
personally.
No, that's what I meant. You know his stuff.
Yeah, Dan Panosian. I've seen some of his stuff.
Luca Gattoni letterer. They all
Yeah.
look fucking based, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they're
it shows.
pros.
These are heterosexual men writing about a heterosexual
Yeah.
character.
Oh, look at that! It's like the man and the woman kissing on projector.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
no, this is
good, dude.
you see, this is the book that you buy for your 8-year-old son. You know what I mean?
Well, I would stick with the Phantom, but
So John
Oh.
Tiffany, check it out. I haven't read it yet,
Yeah.
but like it cannot be bad. They can't be saying, "Oh, I wish I was gay," while fucking all these. women."
Frederick, if you can put mine up real quick for a
Yes,
moment.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Well, he was checking out John Tiffany there. I just want to show off the 2 issues we're going to be checking out next week because I got
Where,
at least
where are you? Are you here?
yes,
Voila.
2 issues we're going to check out next week. They're going to be much more man centric. We're going to check out Gunpowder Profits,
Nice.
which I've actually had a really good time with. I can't wait to
Pretty
talk
cool.
about this.
I already like the name.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
it's a good
male,
book.
very much man centric. Get straight to it. You understand your characters, and you get to see them kill people really quick. And then we'll check out this one, which is going to be kind of interesting to talk about. We're going to be checking out Kill Pop issue number 1
Wait, is it Kill Pop or Pop Kill?
or Pop Kill. My bad.
Okay.
I'm just
Fuck you.
this one is going to be iffy. I'm just going to say that. But I have a lot more comics.
Actually, I think Kill Pop sounds better.
Yeah, it does.
Kill Pop does. I got more comics later on down the road. We're gonna check out later on.
Oh,
we're gonna
I can
check
tell why
out,
you got that book though. The Pop Kill book. I think I know why you got it.
the cover. But later on, we're gonna
The
check
pug.
out. Later on, we're gonna check out Kill Train when people are randomly selected to be locked in a train and nobody's supposed to survive.
This is very thematic. It's like kill, gunpowder.
Then we may
Oh,
down
no.
the road, we're gonna check out Terabyte number 1. Find
Oh,
out
that's a
how
good title, dude. Terabytes.
it is actually pretty
Yeah.
good. We're gonna find out how humanity ends thanks to technology.
That's pretty cool, man.
And
Yeah, Man
further,
Cave looks like they have some interesting stuff.
Further
Yeah.
down the road, we are going to be checking out some very interesting titles, including the graphic novel adaptation of Hamlet
alas,
and
Whoa.
for your
graphic novel adaptation of Fahrenheit 451, official
Oh, shit.
adaptation by Ray
That book better
Bradbury.
be good, or else you're gonna burn it.
I dug into the first pages, and I'm really enjoying what I got. And I will say it has this excellent, and I mean excellent, written introduction by Ray Bradbury himself, which goes into the creation from start, what inspired him to make Fahrenheit 451, and it's actually quite lengthy. Goes into the next page all the way to why he approves of this particular version. It's very good. If you like comic books, I think you need to pick this one up because what he says here is very inspirational when it comes to adaptations. It's a really good piece that made me dig this book even more. And mind you, one thing I love about these books is they're relatively affordable, and both of
Let's
them,
see those spines, how thick they are.
yeah, like these
Wow,
are
yeah,
over.
before.
This one is 140 something pages. This one is
That's a
over
graphic
200
novel.
pages.
Yeah.
And the
Nice.
reason
Oh, damn.
and the reason I got these is because I want to use them to introduce people into comics and graphic novels and show them they can be taken seriously. And I hunt these down particularly because there's a lot of adaptations out there. But if you want to hunt down a good adaptation, there's a handful of things you can look for. One is it could be an official adaptation, but even then, look for ones that are really thick in pages and whose reading age is above 16 years old. If you see, you'll see a lot of adaptations. They're like 72 pages, reading ages 12 to 14. Stay away from those. You don't need those.
Yeah.
These,
Does the
these could be
Hamlet
great.
one have an introduction by Shakespeare saying why this is a good adaptation?
Absolutely, it's right up
Oh.
there. The black Jewish female.
Yeah,
Shakespeare.
with a new forward by William Shakespeare.
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, Hamlet is one of my favorite. I'm like a huge Hamlet buff, so I'm
Yeah.
really curious about that.
It's
Nice.
No Fear Shakespeare. They have, I believe, 4 different Shakespeare stories turned in the graphic novel form, each of them at least 200 pages. So I'm excited for those as well. There's a lot of comic books to dig into. One of the last I'm going to show off is something we may cover next week if we have time, but it is Dark Pyramid, which we see no
Oh.
pages for. And
I
this
thought you were
book,
going to review this one tonight.
I don't know. You guys want to review it real quick?
Well, I don't mind.
Okay, screw it. Let's review it because this one was a wild card. We've seen
We
pages of it.
reviewed the artwork that we saw on the website.
Yeah, the
for
sampler
this,
pages.
and it was almost good. Like
It was
not-
almost good.
Yeah, it was not
And-
great, but it was kind of on the line, like a little subpar on the art. But I think we came to the verdict that it depends on the story.
Yes. And so I got the first one. And off the back, I knew we were going to have a female lead. And I was wondering if she was going to be a kind of boss bitch. And thankfully, no, because it actually starts off. One thing I like right off the back, we get action. First panel, action.
That's
What's
good.
going on? Not sure. I just follow the second panel. Someone's falling. Someone's falling really far. His phone's falling off, smashes into the ground. And we get this awesome one. And one thing Frederick mentioned when we first look at this is it looks like whoever made this was bold and a bit brave and not afraid to be creative. And that bleeds into this page. Many pages I've seen have lovely wide shots like this one. This one, the artwork is decent. I enjoy the artwork. The faces can use some work. They're a little
Yeah.
wonky.
They're the artist is punching above their weight, and
Yes.
that they're doing ambitious things, not
Very ambitious.
always pulling off all the artwork stuff.
Uh-huh.
But there's so much enthusiasm and gutspa that it's intriguing.
Absolutely. And then what's also kind of bold is I've seen many pages like this, and you may have seen them, and it usually goes, you see this lovely huge piece, and then you read, and go on to the next page. But not this one. It goes all the way across along with the huge art style, which so far I've only read maybe in the last 2 months about 12 or 13 separate titles from just separate artists. And most of them are, I should say, none of them had this exactly. Most of them kind of had like, the panels were segregated to their separate pages on the bottom half. So that was kind of like an aspect of that. And this one gets into what's actually going on here, story-wise, gets straight into it, and it instantly intrigues me. We have this communication between our future main character, who's female, and it turns out our main character, the guy we're following, right here goes missing during a live stream because he's sort of like this live stream adventure. It echoes similar sorts of themes to Look Into My Eyes, the previous comic we were just seeing. But I think story-wise, this one does a better job. And I don't mind this layout here with these simple panels because it doesn't hold on to just clunking everything together like it did in Look Into My Eyes. This one really mixes it up, and I think this is a great way of showing it because as you're following him, he goes missing around here. She's trying to find out. Here he is. Then we see that this girl's running through. We bring it up here so we can see it better. She's running through, listening here. This guy's driving, listening. And then that's her again reacting. We go straight to the top, and it goes across. There's even this funny one of this guy taking a shit here. But just you see all these separate people who are reacting to his show in each of these separate boxes from around the world, telling us that this guy's popular. He's got an audience. He's out there being adventurous, and he's directly communicating with his girlfriend who's listening to him as he's going missing. Giving us
I like it. Before you switch,
these panels aren't making me the artwork in them is not making me cross-eyed like Look Into My Eyes was.
Yeah,
because that was very busy in the background. These are, I guess, cleaner. I guess you could say is like.
Well, these are the standard 1960s. Yeah. Like this is about as plain as you can get with panel layout, but they've earned it. They got us really excited with the first couple of pages were super dynamic, super expansive, very intriguing. Now we're getting into the story. Now you can have like a more standard panel layout to vary the pace a little bit, which works perfectly.
What I like about this is it's simple setup to the actual story. If you actually paid attention to as I was flipping through Look Into My Eyes, the actual story didn't begin until like the second issue. This one, we instantly flip. Where is she? She's at the same mountain resort that her boyfriend was at like 2 days later, because now she's looking for him. And this is the story, is her looking for her boyfriend that went missing out here. And I'm instantly invested. And of course, the artwork is okay. It's acceptable for me. I'm not an artist. I'm sure you guys can tear this apart. But, for me, it's all right. Story-wise, it's okay.
I can comprehend what I'm looking at there.
Yeah, you can comprehend it. Dialogue-wise, I think it fits. There is a lot of it. I think they can trim down a tad bit, but nothing too much. And they also give us a reason for this character to be speaking because she's live streaming, telling them that she's here, and she's like thanking them for sending them money so she can make it, stuff like that. Like this one,
like the other series you were talking about, this one relies on phones very much, but in a different way.
Yeah, it's them sharing dialogue with us naturally to somebody whom they'd be sharing it with within a realistic setting, and it works. All the way through, everything here is kind of basic. You get some basic paneling. And the characters are okay. Like I wouldn't necessarily say our main character has too much of her own voice, though this does bring up an issue towards the end, because this is where we start getting into supernatural stuff. They essentially say you can stay at this cabin when you're looking for your boyfriend. Little does she know, some kind of monster is going to pop up and try to kill her while she's there. And that does happen.
Nice.
And this chick shows up to warn her beforehand. And overall, it's not a bad story. I actually think that's a decent twist because it adds in mystery. But then right here, when the monster shows up, a lot of these bubbles are them just saying shit and fuck. Shit and fuck. Shit and fuck. And it starts to become quite noticeable to the point where I thought, this is where you get your own characters and you create, because every single character should have their own vocabulary. You create their own dictionary. They don't all say shit and fuck. They say different things when they
one
react.
says shit and the other should say fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a clear shit fuck divide.
So there's a lot of that between these couple pages here. Just a lot of shit and fuck in between. And
it's like idiocracy. Your shit's retarded.
Kind of. So that's kind of like the issue I have here. But overall, as a story, I don't think it's bad, and it ends up on a better note than the previous one. There's more shit and fuck in these last pages too. And that is where the monster shows up here. We get like a close-up view of the monster, a better view right there.
Well, they shouldn't have made his eyes the same color as the background.
Yeah.
I would have made him yellow or something, because the fact
Yeah.
is, it kind of works on the top panel because his eyes are very far away from the
Mhm.
background, but the bottom left, it feels like we're seeing through his eyes and stuff.
Yeah, like he's got a hollow mask.
Yeah. So I'd agree with that, but I think it's a better landing point than the other one because now we actually have a monster to worry about.
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
us-
And it looks cool. It looks freaking
Look-
cool.
yeah.
And this is one of the better pages I've seen in the book so far. Like the monster, the way
Well,
he's
yeah.
towering over.
I mean, up until now, it hasn't really been much. Let's be honest.
No, the art's very mid. Like
yeah.
it's not bad, but it's not great at any point.
Once again, it's not really wowing me. Concept seems like it could be interesting.
Mhm.
Feels a little bit like The Thing from Another World meets The Predator,
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh.
but less compelling.
The
Exactly.
colors are doing a good job of bringing the art up a notch. I
Mhm.
think this would look worse in black and white because the colors are really doing a good job.
It
Yeah.
is. It is compared to the other one that I threw on the ground.
Yeah.
This one, I bought the second issue because I'm intrigued what's going to happen, but I'm only going issue per issue on this one to see what it's going to be like. So I got another little set of comics in the mail that are going to be here next week sometime. That way we could check them out in the future. But hopefully this one doesn't disappoint because it doesn't got too much writing for it, if I'm being honest. But the writing is less offensive than better looking comics. And overall, it was just a generally better experience than some of the other stuff.
Yeah, and I think the artist has potential. Like I said, the artist is punching above their weight, so that might be a sign of growth in the future.
Have you guys heard of Control, a video game called Control?
Yeah, I
Oh
bought
yeah,
it.
yeah. The redheaded chick.
Yeah, the pyramid thing. As soon as I saw that cover, I'm like, why is this Control? I'm sharing it right now on on the screen, Frederick.
Okay.
The upside down pyramid.
Oh, is that
Oh,
from
yeah.
Control?
Yeah.
Man, look at
So
that. What
I
year
bought
was
it. I bought the game, but I haven't played it yet. It's on my to do. It's on my.
It's actually I guarantee you're gonna love it.
I saw a couple of videos before I bought
Nice.
it, and it's a haunted house, but like government agency paranormal thing. Oh, I'm hooked.
It's one of the best video games I've played in the last 2 decades.
Oh,
Where-
nice.
where
When did you
the
play this?
storyline?
Recently or a while back?
Well, I played it when it came out, which was like 5 years ago, something like that.
Oh, it's been a while.
It was a while.
But no, but it's incredibly well done. It in terms of like giving you story, it teases you with like the mystery being revealed. You're in a building that is essential. It's not just haunted. It's more like it's a paranormal anomaly, and the building transforms as you go through it. And so it's trippy. It's also creepy. The game is very creepy. And then also it plays well too. Like in terms of the action, you can get through it easily. It's a shoot 'em up, and there's you gain abilities and stuff.
Yeah, I
But-
saw there's nice superpowers where you can fly and throw things. It's kind of Akira in the sense.
Yeah, eventually you get godlike powers, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But then also the whole mystery in the building is cool. It's very cool.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that. Sweet. Well,
Nice.
thank you, James. That was a pretty cool
Well, they're
presentation.
fun to read. Well, some of them are fun to read, but they're fun to discuss with you guys. And you gave me greater insight
Well,
as
you
I go
learn
along.
you learn even from the bad stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like it's good to read books that are not well made to avoid
Yes, I know what you mean.
falling into the pitfalls as well. you know?
Yeah, no,
Luckily
thank you for that, man. I mean, like, what was it? Look into my eyes. Despite my criticism of it, it's a cool looking book. It's well done.
Oh
For
yeah.
sure.
The art is
If
great.
you like that, come back every week. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. Well, for Frederick, I'll be coming back. If not every week, but as much as I can.
We'll be
Yeah.
here. We'll be
Yeah, well,
here.
I started a Twitter chat, so a Twitter group. So I'll be posting
Twitter.
a link in there for people who want to hop in from week to week. And I still don't know. Like, I'm not convinced either way now. Like, because the story looks, I don't know if I want to get it. I might get it as inspiration.
I'm probably gonna get the other 2 issues.
Yeah.
Wait for the
Because
trade paperback.
I got. Oh, it's already out. It's been out for a while.
It's coming out in March on
Is it not out already?
No, I mean you can pre-order it, but it's in
I
March.
could have sworn I seen it for sale. You can find all the issues for like $12 on eBay.
Oh,
which is probably what I will do, but I'm going issue per issue after Far Down Below because I don't want to waste money on something that's just gonna fucking offend me that badly.
Yeah. Right.
But you know what sucks about some of these miniseries is that they start promising, or you're like, hoping that the concept will make it like great, but then it ends on like a flat note, and you're like,
that's Warwolf. That's Warwolf. That's a comic that we were talking about last week, where the first issue is like an average, ordinary loser who's on the first day of work, or like maybe third or fourth day, and aliens invade. And he kicks their ass, and he helps humanity, like, his local region, kick their ass, and he becomes a hero. And I'm thinking, this is epic. I'm enjoying it. But I purchased first issue, epic. Second issue is less epic, much more into like political intrigue. Look at the aliens are back, and now he's got to fight them, and it's been a year, and he's like this hero who's on Reebok, and it's more about like the character development now. And then the third one is just all politics, 100% politics. And I looked at the fourth one because it was for sale, and they have a handful of sample pages, and right there in the sample pages is your main character banging a dude. And I was like,
oh,
are
you serious, man?
Yeah. And they kind of did. There was a little bit of that stuff early on, but I thought it was just bad character development that was going to pick up again. And then suddenly he's just boning a dude. And it's like, it's exactly that. The issues went on. And by issue 4 in a 5 series, I don't want to watch it anymore. I don't want to read it anymore. So I got 3 issues of that I'm probably not going to touch again.
I think everybody needs to start being more vocal again about the fact that like homosexual sex is actually repulsive to most people.
Yeah.
When you see it,
how does that even happen? How does a dude look over another dude's hairy butt and goes, "Yeah, nice"?
It's like
narcissism. Makes no sense.
But like there's a study that showed they hooked up like electrodes to men's brains. Well, they hooked up electrodes to study like the brain chemistry and how it works while they're looking at visual stimuli, and they have found that the heterosexual male brain reacts exactly the same way when they see 2 dudes, hiding the turd or whatever, freaking fudge packet. They react the same way as if they were looking at an open wound, like full of maggots.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. They show those 2 images, and the brain signatures, like all the shit that's synapsing and shit. They're like, it's identical. So it is repulsive to a heterosexual man. It's disgusting.
I do wonder, though, all the xenoestrogens and phytoestrogens in our foods, is that what's making so many people like
it's
throwing them off?
So parasites in the stomach, like because the Rockefeller medicine totally stopped treating parasites. My parents, my grandparents, twice a year they would like deworm their children regularly. We completely stopped doing that within a couple of generations, and they got a dude off who was gay. They got rid of all his parasites in his body, and he was disgusted by men after the treatment. He like went totally straight.
I mean, that's probably
I've
true.
never heard
about
that.
the parasite thing.
I think
honestly, I truly don't think it's that complicated. I feel like most men naturally, if you're healthy, you have healthy amount of testosterone, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna.
And when you see this stuff, it's gonna repulse you. And here's the other thing, and nobody wants to admit this: porn has desensitized people towards like their natural instincts in terms of what they find stimulating.
Yeah,
it's,
well, they have to keep
overstimulation.
Yeah, well, that's another study I read about was that like with the prevalence of porn, especially mass exposure to it, and this is why the Zoomers are cooked, man. But like with porn, your brain is being tricked into thinking it's eating like a filet mignon steak while you're like beating the meat.
Yeah.
And what happens is the dopamine levels start to dry up. It's like somebody grabs like these cow udders in your brain that are dripping out the chemicals to make you feel good and just squeezing them too tightly and breaking them. So they now need more stimuli to the next time you want to get like aroused or off or whatever.
Well,
So
that's an addiction.
you're
That's
not,
exactly what an addiction is.
Yeah, and you know
yeah,
what?
so you have to keep upping it. Like you're not impressed by what you initially got off.
That explains a lot too, because I was watching this video about this chick. I forgot who she was. She's like a booktuber, but she makes these analysis, and one of them covered basically saying that covering these female books that are all overly sexualized, and she put forth the notion that these are clearly
shoe on head, right?
No. She's just straight books.
She's an author.
Yeah, she's got a red hair. Forget.
Does she have red hair and glasses, or no?
Is it the no nonsense editor?
Let me finish though. The whole point was that there's a lot of studies done about girls who basically are reading these books to get off, and a lot of them are reading really masochistic things to get off, and basically pushing the exact same notion you did, that these are books that are essentially literature. It's porn for women, and it has made them addicted to this type of pornography to such a degree that they have to watch really fucked up shit to get off. Because they're that severely affected by it, and it's prevalent throughout a large segment of the female reading populace, and yet there's no studies being done on how it's overall going to affect them, or the overall numbers and things like that. But yeah, that's how we get these freaking what is it, like Minotaur breeding farms and shit.
Well, it's weird kinks. Yeah,
it is. That's all to get the women off. And
it's weird. They'll sit there and read that in public with no problem. But if a dude was reading a Playboy in public, he would be shamed to all hell.
Well, it's basically
just looking at a normal hot chick.
It's porn for women without the shame, because they're reading something that's basically that actually has rape fantasies in it as well.
Yeah,
you know, it's funny because I know a girl that I met recently, where it's like we were chatting and she said, "Oh, I'm into reading." You know, she's one of her hobbies. And I was like, "Oh, what's," obviously I asked what you're into. And she named a couple of books that she recommended. And one of them was literally, it's actually one of the most known, like smut, like romance books.
50 Shades.
Haunting Adeline.
Oh, no. But yeah,
I heard of Haunting Adeline. I'm like, is that a rape book? It's just like
it just comes out. Yeah. No, I'm kind of happy that I don't know that book.
But it is though.
Favorite movies: Beauty and the Beast.
So the answer is you don't actually read literature. You don't actually read literature at all. You just read. It's called erotica. It's just erotica.
Yeah, I mean, and the reason it is pornography for women is because they talked about how women get off differently from men. Women need story. They need to be invested in the characters to get off, and that's how literature does it for them, because a large segment of it is investment in the characters, and then it gets gross really quickly.
Yeah,
gross.
well that like guys don't need foreplay, and guys don't need like personality to get off. They can look at an image and get off. Women can't. In a way, it kind of screws them up psychologically. Think about it. Imagine being a teenager and like not knowing how to like jerk off, or like how to like get the job done, so to speak.
Well,
there are women that
I
their whole life.
I'm better off with erotica existing, because at least it's written words. Because that's why I said it's porn without the shame, because you could say it's true. You're not looking at other naked people having sex. You're just reading a story about sex. And so it definitely is a lot less shameful,
But reading that stuff is kind of just cringe.
Like
a bunch of
us.
Kahuna was gifted The Fourth Wing by one of his family members, and the thing with him is if he gets a book from them and he doesn't read it, they don't get him anymore. So Billy Bob got a bunch of us to read it also, so we could just do a review on it, which was really, we ripped it apart on a stream. But when it goes into the kink aspect, it's just cringe. I'm like, how can anybody be enjoying this? This is like,
because they're already invested in the characters.
Well, no, honestly, I'm being blunt here. Those passages about the actual sex in those books, it is pornography. It's being used as pornography by the girls reading it. They're using it to get turned on. Yeah,
that's what it is, and that was essentially the entire thesis of the freaking. I'll find that video, but the video essentially is like 40 minutes, and the overall thesis is but there is no books being published for women. It's all just pornography.
Well, guys, you know what? Now that I'm erect, I'm gonna have to go to bed. So
I'm gonna pull up my copy of Haunting Adeline. I'm still reading it. I'm still getting.
Oh no!
I actually gotta take my dog out. He's all acting Nancy. So I gotta get out right
anyways,
now.
I gotta get going. I will see you guys next time. So
Have a good one.
Tune
Later,
in
man.
tomorrow. We'll be talking about Comic Skater.
We will.
So it'll be fun.
I'll
Sweet.
be on there as well as Chris, I think.
It'll probably be Chris and Derek. That's who
Nice.
show up regularly, and then of course if you do. So
Yeah, I think
all
I'll
right,
be
guys.
there, yep.
I will see you later on.
Nice.
Good night.
All right. So it's about that time, fellas.
Convoy, 12 o'clock, on my command! Deploy! Okay, now. Little off course here. Holy mommy fucking shit!
Oh, there they are. Look at these gorgeous sons of bitches.
Yeah. And that's our outro video here. I just learned recently that Brad Pitt plays the invisible guy in Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
Did you
Yep.
know that?
Yeah, remember the electrocution scene? Like
Yeah, that's
He was on screen for a quarter of a second.
Yeah, you see him for 2 seconds. I love that. Actors used to be afraid to do that kind of stuff, but now they're leaning into it. It's kind of
Oh yeah.
Let's start with the bottom left here with Mr. Carbon Heart. Carbon, can you tell us what you're working on and where can people find you?
Thank you, sir. I usually don't pitch anything, but of course, Comicsgate Commandos,
That's
the
right.
weekly show that I am on, along with Mr. Frederick Guimond and Patrick Quinlan, every Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube channel Logos Comics. And I myself have a Twitter page. The handle is Damian Chaos. Damian spelled Damian Chaos. And in terms of projects, there is a mystery project that will be coming out this year. For sure, actually.
I like that.
For sure this year. It's called the Untitled Carbon Heart Project.
That's a great name. Love it. And of course, you can find him on. I'm going to screen share here. I've got Carbon on the Comicsgater site. His very limited profile for the time being, but here he is. There's his X and his Twitter. So, his Twitter
YouTube
and his
channel.
YouTube. So, despite being limited, you can get in touch with him through here. So check it out.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure, sir. And of course, that brings us to Chris Fisk.
Oh yeah.
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 In a world where heterosexuality isn't outlawed.
No, just kidding.
I thought you were off to a good start, by the way.
Yeah, where boobs and babes are the norm.
No, yeah, I'm working on we're spending 2026 working on book 3 for the Infinitale Chronicles series. Books 1 and 2 are available on Amazon right now. Just look up Infinitale Chronicles or head on over to infinitale-chronicles.com and grab yourselves a copy of those books. They're pretty beefy. Book 1's 54 pages full color. Book 2 is 123 pages full color. And yeah, it's not the 200 pages of people just talking, or mundane Zoomer stuff. It's actually a love letter to 90s fantasy with a little bit of an edge, because I had terrible parents that never shielded me from rated R movies. So as a teenager, there's a lot of violence and stuff.
Growing up in the 80s was great.
Oh yeah. See, Corey agrees. He's like, Infinitale has the hottest elf babe I've ever seen. All right.
Wait. That's high praise coming from Corey.
Yeah, I think that if he's not too busy, that might mean there's a certain.
I was going to lean into that, Chris. I was going to lean into that. Like, when are we getting a Corey Hart Infinitale cover?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to have to pick up a copy now.
Hell yeah.
And Corey's drawn hot elf babes before.
Yeah, it's not like he's
Two of them were blue.
He has a
history. See, look at that. We'll talk, Corey, afterwards, man, because I'm definitely interested in having some Corey Barton love for my hot elf babes.
Nice.
Yes, and thanks for having me on, man. I had a blast tonight.
Dude, it's always a pleasure. I'll keep you like I said, like I've got a new Twitter list, a Twitter group. So people who want to hop in from time to time, I'll be dropping the link there, because it makes for good conversation. People who are making comics, people who love comics, people who want to learn about it, because this show is kind of oriented. There's not as much drama. I don't know if you noticed. It's a lot more about the process. I really love talking about the writing, the art. What makes a good comic, what makes a bad comic is also interesting. So,
yeah, I would call it a technical show. Your show is definitely more technical.
Well, you're
which is cool.
Correct, sir.
Which is good.
Appreciate that. We got Corey Barton page as well on Comic Skater.
Look at that.
He's got a Twitter and an Indiegogo, which is comprising of his project Kozor and his upcoming Andromedoids series. Which do we have a? Oh no, this is his interview. This is getting meta as fuck. I've got a link to his guest appearance on here, so you can see his guest appearances on here. You can listen to him talk about his project. And dude, Corey, we need your cover for Andromedoids. Put it up there. We need a temporary page for your Andromedoids book, and to be able to follow the making of on here. That would be freaking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Corey says, I'm begging. Technicomics. Yeah. So we love that. We love that shit. Wrangler.
Sorry, Frederick.
Oh, go ahead.
I forgot to plug something new this week.
Oh, go ahead.
Before we get to Wrangler. And it's brief. This weekend after Comicsgate Commandos, it's going to be the premiere of the Carbon Dating Show.
Oh my!
It's going to be on a new Rumble channel. It's going to be on the Carbon Dating Rumble channel. Of course, the link will be shared. This will be shared on Twitter, and
you're gonna have to send me that Rumble link, and we'll put it on Comic Skater so people can find it easily.
Yes, of course. Yeah, everyone will get the link, and also after Comicsgate Commandos, at the end of it, we'll give the link to everybody if they want to stick around for that show afterwards.
I would love to hop on that show. That would be
it's going to be a special Valentine's Day episode.
Ooh,
this Saturday is Valentine's Day.
This is his devious marketing mind. I like the way you think, Carmen. The strategy behind this. I could send it on email, or I can upload to the site. You could do both, sir. So you could send me a DM, email, or upload it yourself. Try to get it down to 700 pixels wide for the site. If it's a double, because you've got a double, like a wraparound cover, excuse me. So 1400 pixels, 72 DPI. Upload it or send it to me, and I'll take care of the funny stuff, the business side. And we'll have it up there. We'll get your credits up there, and we'll start listing as many of your projects as you've contributed to. Because I know you do a lot of covers. We're going to get Aaron's cover from Immortal Rising that you did. I want to get that as well on there. It's one of the most talked about covers. It was on my YouTube feed all the time when I got in. Like, I remember seeing that Blue Babe so many times, and I never complained, not even once. So that brings us to
we got to find another Blue Babe for him to do. He's done Empress Telix Mon. He's done Cyanistra. So we need to find another Blue Babe for him to do. He's like king of the Blue Babes when it comes to illustrations.
I think he can do other colors as blue, other than blue as well.
Yeah, but he's so good at the blue.
Good point. Good point. And that brings us to you, Wrangler.
All right. I am currently working on books 3 and 4 in the series. Sorry if you like all that hot stuff. My books tend to lean more toward the all ages. But you can check them out on Amazon right now. Haley Starbad Kitty and Bad Kitty Haley's World. They are magic-fueled sci-fi adventures, a little bit Goonies, a little bit fantasy, a whole lot of fun. And you could also check out my Substack under Frequency Studios, where, let's see, these guys, LA detectives dealing with a missing persons case in the same continuity. Hopefully, near the end of this year, I will have the next 2 in the series coming out, which will be Mystified Investigations and United States Stellar Marshals. You can also check out my YouTube channel. Do a channel search for @Wrangler212. It'll pop right up. Every Monday at 8:05 Eastern, we do the weekly Wing It. A bunch of us come on. Much less formal show where we just hop on. A lot of times we don't have a topic. We just get together and we just go, whatever we talk about. Sometimes we got something to talk about. And yesterday we even had a great guest. We had Doc Blalock. Did I pronounce his name right this time? I got it wrong yesterday. I hate getting names wrong. We checked out his book. He's got a prose version and a graphics novel version for A Damn Dirty Thing, and it looks pretty cool. I'm definitely going to want to check that out fairly soon. But every Monday at 8:05 Eastern, we get on. Many of the same faces that you see show up on this show or over there, and we just kind of free flow the conversation. And every once in a while, when I'm feeling froggy, I even drop the link to come on the panel in the chat. So, check us out, hang out with us. It's a good time.
Feeling froggy, you say?
Yep.
We've got your trailer over here. Let's watch it real quick.
All right.
Haley and Elizabeth are back, and this time the Spuds are really going to fly. Who's wild? And this time the Spuds are really going to fly. And Haley's world. Who's wild? And this time the Spuds are really going to fly. Who's world? And this time the Spuds are really going to fly.
And I again need to thank James for that trailer. And as much as he was poking at the QR codes, because of him, there's a QR code in that trailer. So
Rewind and check it out. And I've been your host, Frédéric Guimond. I have a comic book as well called Retell, but these days I'm promoting my website.
Comics, get it out! I'm trying to draw. Ugh, you little pest. Just hold still. One more peep and you're in the soup.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe and tune in next week for another episode of Proof of Comics. And of course, tomorrow we're going to be on the Indie Comic Shop with Aaron C. and Chris Fisk, as well as Derek. And we got, I'll be probably on Elliot's show Thursday, where we'll be talking about the drama with the Wheelers wanting to get on Comic Skater, but being gatekept. So tune in for that as well. And of course, Saturday, Comic Skate Commandos, followed by Carbon's Dating Tips. Carbon Dating, check it out. Thank you very much, everybody. That's it for tonight. I love you all. Have a good evening.
God bless everybody.
Later, guys.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Hello, Bitcoiners. Thank you very much. Hello. It's good to be with you. It's good to be with you.